spoke on Will Lorenz on centre wing here on the Foss Williams side. But let's start at the opening bounce. It's going to be Ivan Soldo taking on Jordan Sweet. Big contest. Not a great start by the umpire, and he's got to call it back. So it's somewhat of an anticlimax to kickstart.
Shades of the grand final last year.
yes, throw it up. Calls the crowd. So Soldo up against Sweet. Ball sort of spills free, tapped on there by the black team going forward. Well soccered there though by the player in Mead, and a good mark there by Ollie Wines, centre field. So Wines has had a really strong pre-season, punches the ball low into the breeze, and a good mark in front, pushing forward, and it is the big fella, Ivan Soldo, number 13, who's taken the mark just inside 50. He's taken the ruck and pushed forward quickly, Walshy.
He moved very fast too, premiership player, so he brings over not just premiership player calibre, but also a lot of IP from Richmond, and he'd want to make his mark really early, and this is now a luxury that Port Adelaide has, to have a couple of quality ruckmen that can also kick goals. We'll see if Ivan Soldo can do that.
He'll be kicking from just outside the 50. It'll take some effort. Like we said, it's a swirling breeze sort of coming over his right shoulder, so he's kicking towards the southern end. The 2019 Richmond Premiership ruckman keeps it low, steers it. He's got some good distance, but just striving for that extra distance has hooked it, and a minor score. So the black team open their account. They're 1 point, a minute and 15 seconds in. White yet to score. Having
a look at some of the other matchups as well. If we go to the northern end of Alberton Oval, you can see Tom Cleary marking Date Vicentini. The height difference there is quite startling, as the ball has been moved just outside the defensive half for the white team. Left foot kick looking towards Ollie Lord and Vicentini. Can't manage to grab it. Jordan Sweet gets his first touch of the ball, playing for Port Adelaide. There's a scrap around the ball as well. Cleary's in there. Gets a couple of touches. Ends up with Lorenz, but it looks like the black team are going to clear it out defensively. The ball ends up with Connor Rosie going for the one-hander. Isn't paid. High tackle there from Josh Sin. And the white team will get the ball, and that will be Lockie Charlson who gets a kick.
So Lockie Charlson, his 2 kicks from home. He'll go long, drive it inside 50. Big pack of players emerging. Soldo there in the front. Well done by the player in defence. That's young Evans. Evans gives it to Horn Francis, who stabs a beautiful pass. Great vision to find Dixon. Great use of the football. So Dixon will just hold it up a little bit. Kicks laterally to Jace Burgon. Of course, his father last night inducted into the Port Adelaide Football Club Hall of Fame. Peter Burgon, what a night that was. Season launch, and congratulations to all the Hall of Fame inductees. Ollie Wines goes short, turns it over though to Zach Butters, and he's off. He's off to the races. Bounce number 2, handball to Narkle. Narkle with the bright blue wheels, goes for home with a long one. Just slews it off the side of the boot for a minor score, and scores even 1 point apiece. But just on last night, Walshy, a magnificent night. One of the great nights to kick off the season, the Hall of Fame. Well done to Carr and the events team. We saw Brendan Lade, Peter Burgoyne, Marks Kretschmer, and David Brown from our SANFL heritage being inducted, and of course the 2004 Premiership side into the teams category. A wonderful night.
Quite fitting as well to see Jace Burgoyne wearing that famous number 7. The man who's wearing the famous number 1 now is Connor Rosie from outside 50. Casually kicks it on the right foot, looking for a goal, and it looks like we might have our first goal of the game. So it was either Willie Rioli.
It might have been Darcy Byrne-Jones who got his toenail of that in the end.
They fought over it, but we have a goal.
Great ball movement by Connor Rosie, wasn't it? The way he placed that kick over the back to Willie Rioli was a touch of class, but good ball movement. They carried it into this breeze, or this side breeze, and Darcy Byrne-Jones slipped forward, I think, for a goal. And I'm crediting DBJ.
Yeah, give it to him. The black team 1-1-7, leading the white team just the solitary behind. And let us know on the stream if you can hear the aggressive breeze which we are sitting in at the moment, because I feel like you can hear it.
You can. It's whirling in my headphones, I can tell you. It's whirling away. Look, worthwhile mentioning Janelle Cuthbertson as well, our AFLW star player, All-Australian defender, of course, will join us a little bit later on for special comments. She sees the game really well, Janelle, and she'll be joining us at the quarter-time break to give us a bit of an update as to what she's seeing from this game here at Alberton.
Ball bounced up in the middle. Battle between Sweet and Soldo, and ends up going to Burgoyne, who finds Horn Francis, who casually just moves the ball on to Soldo once again. He's impressive early. We're only 5 minutes in to this first quarter, and Ivan Soldo already looking the goods. There was a fly from the back. It looked like Rioli. White team trying to clear it out of defence. They eventually do that.
And that's Narkle.
Narkle in unfamiliar territory. On the wing now. I remember casually Norts this time last year the high performance centre wasn't there and we spoke about a toilet block for about half an hour, so thankfully we don't have to talk about that anymore.
That same toilet block is still there behind that magnificent light tower, by the way, but geez, this is a very good precinct.
It's brilliant. Inside 50 for the white team. Tom Cleary.
Tackle.
Be great to see him have a consistent season. The player off the side of the boot looking for the check side, just a solitary behind there, and the white team goes to 2 behinds, trailing by 5 points.
Yeah, Lockie Charleston getting his hands on the football. He's certainly got a little bit of forward craft, there's no doubt about that. Obviously one of the new recruits in the draft, so we look forward to big things from Lockie Charleston. Ollie Wines has it now from Dylan Williams, kicks it straight up the centre of the ground. Ball pitches in front of, well, that's a brilliant take. Over the top to Tommy A. He's one of those other draftees, kicks into space to Tom Scully. Probably should have marked that big Scully. Now he's got to be made to earn it and will get the free kick. So a little unlucky. Xavier Walsh sort of crashed into the back of Tom Scully there, made him earn it, but he's probably saying, Tom, if you marked the ball, you would have been okay in the first place. But
are we going with Tommy A because Anastasopoulos is quite challenging to say very quickly?
Hard to get out really quickly. Okay. So I'm going Tommy A just at the moment.
That's fine.
So Scully's got it, 45-degree angle. He'll be sheltered a little bit by the Bob Quinn grandstand. Will kick from around 45 metres. He is kicking right in front of that Bob Quinn stand, and we are right behind him. So the big fella who's had a strong pre-season, normally a thumping kick from 45, drives it forward, and that is a magnificent strike off the boot. The Sharon splits the centre. The Whites get their first goal. They're 1-2-8. The Blacks 1-1-7, and we're 6 3/4 minutes into the first quarter.
You are a lot closer than many of us to Alberton. You've got to have a good look at Tom Scully's pre-season. What are your thoughts, Norts?
Been really, really competitive. Had a strong pre-season. Certainly working on his goal kicking, and you can see from that shot there, the practices has come to fruition. So, look. Big players, they take a long time to develop. Yep. You know, over 200 centimetres, Tom Scully, of course, came from West Adelaide a couple of years ago, and we've certainly got some high hopes for him as he develops his forward craft.
Ball heading back into the middle. Currently it's the white team leading by 1 point, 1-2-8 to the black team 1-1-7. Goal scorers Darcy Byrne-Jones and Tom Scully as the umpire bounces it. Soldo and Sweet manages to get a hand on it, but tackled by 3 players. Ollie Wines to Connor Rosie. Rosie just looks so casual, doesn't he? He's got so much time off the right foot right into the forward 50 for the black team, but Lockie Jones manages to clear it out in the direction of Quinton Narkle, but still it's the black team who managed to get their hands on it through Josh Sin. Could be a push in the back there.
Well, that's the matchup we wanted to see, didn't we? Radagalier and Charlie Dixon, and Radagalier winning there, just using his body well. So Josh Sin's impressed early with his run on centre wing. So Radagalier punches it towards centre wing. Zach Butters sort of moved out of the way there. Dropped the mark. Look at Butters though back in there. Oh, he's like a terrier. Gets it to Narkle. Narkle, the ball trying to spill free. In goes Butters again. It does spill free. Handball. Now they're starting. And there's that man again, Sin. Finds his left foot. Beautifully put. No, well played though by Ryan Burton. He chips in front of Charlie Dixon. Somewhere you don't normally want to be is in front of Charlie Dixon when he's steaming out at 100 miles an hour, but he did well. So Butters has got it. He'll hold it up. Finds Houston. The 2 All-Australians connecting from last year, and what a wonderful year Dan Houston had, and of course rewarded also by being elevated into the 5-person leadership group at Port Adelaide. A big pack of players forms. Nice mark though at the back there by young Evans, one of the top-up players. He goes in short and finds a young man by the name of Bailey Chamberlain. I like his work. Dixon along the carpet. What's going to happen here? George is back in town. Is that George?
It's George.
It is. He's a long way away, but great to see the big man, Mitch Georgiadis, return. That's a confidence booster for him. He kicks his first, and the black team move on to 2-1-13, leading the Whites 1-8. But some good ball movement again, Walshy.
Yeah, good to see too. We want to see the really fit and firing Mitch Georgiadis, not only for the AFL team, but it provides competition as well. And we found that last year with Todd Marshall in his contract extension. He wants to be starting round 1 alongside Mitch Georgiadis, but then Ollie Lord making a name for himself at the back end of the season too.
Indeed. It's Daniel Norton with you, and Jared Walsh, of course, bringing you today's internal trial. It's our annual event here at Alberton. We love it. It's a great way to kick off the season. Crowd building nicely too. I'd say there's 2.5, maybe nearly 3,000 in the house at the moment. And this coverage today brought to you, delivered to you by our great friends at KFC. So the ball back in the centre, Soldo. Look, he's pacing around like a caged lion. He wants to get in there. What will Sweet do? Ball foot spills free. Players arrive. Look at the cavalry. Gee, Soldo off the carpet. Maybe a free kick against. Umpire says play on. Wines does an underground handball to Boak. 348 game veteran tries to find somebody. Can't. Sweet's ended up with a ball. In goes Sam Powell-Pepper. The umpire says, no, that's too high, Sam. And Jordan Sweet will take the relieving free kick centre field.
Sweet gets a look in, sitting in the centre square at the moment, right in the middle of Alberton. Eventually gets called to play on off the right foot, and pretty disappointing kick. Ends up finding Ollie Wines. Eventually the ball lands in the hands of Travis Boak. Boak to Powell-Pepper. Powell-Pepper having a look around. He's got a couple of options. Manages to scrap one across. Ends up with Boak, who fumbles it, which is very uncharacteristic from Travis Boak. And we'll have a ball up in the middle of Alberton Oval.
What a player he's been, though. Of course, signed a contract extension at the end of last year. 348 games he's sitting on. What a player. And there's Travis again amongst the action.
Gee, Soldo's been impressive so far. Burgoyne with the ball. Finds Jed McEntee. Such an incredible 2023. Heading for goal. It's McEntee. Gets another one for the black team. They go to 3-1-19, leading the white 1-2-8. His forward pressure last year was absolutely outstanding, and you can see the damage he scores. He manages to put on the scoreboard too. Yeah,
the coaches rate him. They rate him a lot. He's a low possession winner at times, but gee, the forward pressure he puts on, and when he does chime in to kick a goal or had to have a shot on goal, he normally kicks a goal. Very, very rarely misses, and an extremely important cog as a small forward in that forward line. If you just tuned in, the goal kickers so far, Darcy Byrne-Jones, we think, socketed the first goal through, was a fair way away. Jed McEntee just scored. Then for the black team, Mitch Georgiadis a few moments ago as well. And for the white team, Tom Scully kicked a beautiful goal from just in front of the Bob Quinn stand.
So both ruckmen getting a rest now. It's going to be Ollie Lord against Dante Vicentini. Yeah. So the future, right in the middle. Sam Powell-Pepper's in there too, alongside Connor Rosie and Jason Horne-Francis for the black team.
Probably fair to say Ivan Soldo won that first 7 or 8 minutes, that
Absolutely.
First bout against Jordan Sweet. Plenty of time though left in this game. Umpire's having a mare there with the Sharon, unfortunately.
Just throw it up.
Just throw it up.
Just throw it up, mate.
Probably what nearly everyone here at the ground.
It's okay. They're allowed to have a pre-season as well, though, aren't they? Because they need to be right for.
Well, just like us in the commentary booth.
Yes.
So Vicentini jumps high. So does Lord. The ball spills down. Arms and legs going everywhere. Mead pursuing. Well done by Horne-Francis. Just tries to find a handle. That's probably a little too high. Umpire says play on. Stacks on the mill. And there will be a ball up in the middle of this magnificent Alberton Oval. Have a look at the surface too, Walshy. It's phenomenal. It's magnificent. Ground in absolutely perfect conditions.
Now, for those of you watching the stream, Norts, can you take us through? Willem Drew is the only one wearing a pink hat at the moment. Is this strategic, or he's just being sun smart?
Look, normally the pink hats is assigned to a player at training who can't be physically tackled in the same way as other players, so you can put a touch on him. But I suspect it's more sun smart. I suspect he's not playing an internal trial if he can't be full throttle and tackled. So look, maybe we'll get some information from one of the coaches a little bit later on, but I think he's full throttle and given his fair skin.
They're good hats as well, those pink ones. The merchandise in 2024 is brilliant once again.
Just on the merchandise too, the whole new Macron range is here at the Port store, obviously. The new polos, the new
the white hats that Koshi was wearing at the fan day.
Absolutely brilliant. So get along. Of course, all stays with the club if you buy it through the Port store here at Alberton, the magnificent new Port store here at the precinct. So get along and check out the new 2024 Macron range. Meanwhile, Sam Powell-Pepper, what a player he's turned into be too over the last 2 years, has taken a mark inside 50 in front of that massive light tower, one of 4 new light towers that were erected around July last year. So Powell-Pepper's going to shoot from around 48, 49 metres. No, he's not. He's actually going to look for a target in Byrne-Jones. Byrne-Jones pushes forward. That was almost in slow motion. In the back, umpire says play on, and the Whites will try and clear it. Can't find a handle, that player, but they're striving for it. Look at Horne-Francis's pick up. Still fumbled it in the end. Good pressure there by Lockie Jones. Ball comes out wide towards half-back, but that looks like it's been touched off the boot. Out of bounds. Boundary throw in centre wing, right in front of the Pirate Life signage.
Perfect conditions here at Alberton on this incredible evening. Friday night.
Oh, where would you rather be?
This is spectacular. I'd rather be in the precinct, but we can't consume the ales while we're doing this.
No, that'll be afterwards.
That will be afterwards. If you are considering making your way to Alberton, please make sure you do so. Josh Carr's going to be saying a few words at halftime as well. So the ball is just bouncing around about 15 players who are scrambled in the middle. Eventually it gets out. Jason Horne-Francis manages to get it on the right boot, throws it inside 50, but only gets as far as Dan Houston, who just eases his way out the back. Lorenz with the ball, looking for a target, but only finding Xavier Walsh. We farewell one Xavier and we welcome another Xavier, so there's still an X at the club. Horne-Francis has been very impressive in this first quarter alongside Ivan Soldo, who's having a breather at the moment, looking like he's going to come back on. Rioli and Sin also waiting on the sideline to make their way back on for the black team. In the meantime, ball kicked out of defence, almost a bit of a chaos ball though, but it is Anastasopoulos who manages to mark it. On the defensive wing for the white team, Kane Farrell, who was kicking goals from outside 50 with ease in the warm-up noughts. He was so impressive to watch. Ball moving inside 50 now, and the black team have a little bit more time. They seem to be a little bit more composed than the whites at the moment.
Jace Burgoyne marks, yeah, it's a good point across half-back. A little bit more composed. Mitch Georgiadis, the man we've been desperate to see back, covering a lot of territory. He's already kicked a goal and now takes a mark across half-back. He goes short to Sam Powell-Pepper, right in front of that MG High Performance Centre. Spectacular opening last Saturday. Looks magnificent. Goes long towards the half-forward line. Big group of players. Burgoyne picks it up. Looks magnificent on that left foot. Tries to find Francis Evans. Can't find him. Off the carpet goes the white defender. Handball over the top towards Houston. Houston tries to shuffle it to a voice. Can't find anybody. Crashing in is Zach Butters, I think. Slides the ball forward into a dangerous spot. Ryan Burton stands up in the tackle. Good handball. In they go. Lockie Charleston tries to wrap up a player. McAtee's got it. Squirts a check side of sorts inside 50, but only cut off by Willem Drew. Kane Farrell handballs over the top, and the whites are away, Walshy.
They're heading forward. Again, it looks like it's chaos, but they know what they're doing as it's Zach Butters making his way inside 50. 3 bounces, goes for home. This is why he's your best and fairest winner. You're All-Australian. Had to buy a new house to put all of his trophies in at the end of last season. 3 bounces at full pace, kicks a goal. An important one for the white team who go to 2-2-14. They trail by 6 points.
Yeah, spectacular football. Ball turned over at half-back. Willem Drew read the play beautifully. He's playing on the wing position at the moment. And when you get that ball in Zach Butters' hands, 70, 80 metres out from goal, and he's got some space in front of him, look out, Walshy. If he can get inside 50, look out.
Impressive players so far, Norts. We've spoken about Ivan Soldo, who's making his way back into the middle now to go against Jordan Sweet. Jason Horne-Francis, Jace Burgoyne's had a fantastic first quarter too. It'd be great to see him playing more football in 2024.
Yeah, Josh Sin as well is coming back from sort of reoccurring injuries as well. Had some surgery in the off-season, looking impressive early. Ollie Wines, keep an eye for him as well. He's had a fantastic pre-season and in some really good shape. You got to remember last year, Ollie really had a 2-week lead in to the season, so was playing catch-up all season. So
it's a luxury to throw him back into the midfield as well, isn't it, when you say, well, let's actually just put him back in there.
2021 Brownlow medalist. The ball is back in the centre. Soldo again versus Sweet. Soldo got his hands to the football only as far as Mead. Jams it forward. Oh, good tackle, probably a fraction high. And there'll be a free kick to the young man in Dustin Lorna. So Dustin Scott, he's one of the top-up players, number 47 for the team in black, goes short. He'd be pinching himself, Dustin. He'd be thinking, what am I doing here? Brilliantly done. Got it to Boak. Boak goes short to Soldo. And he's just racking up getting the football at the moment. It's been a wonderful start.
Oh, no.
Nearly runs into trouble. Well, talk about the kiss of death. And my man again, Dustin's got it. Launa goes wide. Finds a player. who I'm just trying to pick up from this 117 yards away, goes long inside 50, up goes Radical here, big fist, Drew, we can pick him up with the pink cap, jams it out of defence, goes long, looks for Lord spills it, here's Sin again, handballs, Horn Francis, inside 50, this way, that way, sidestep to Soldo. Well, this guy's brought his own footy.
He's got time as well. And this is what the black team has shown all first quarter. We're 20 minutes in now. As you mentioned, Nort's 28-minute quarters.
Correct. There's still 8 minutes by my mathematics left in this quarter.
We've got a player who's really not helping us out because they're not wearing a number on their back of their Guernsey at the moment. But it doesn't matter because the ball ends up in the hands of Ryan Burton. Dylan Williams making his way to put the pressure on. But it's the white team through Launer. We've got to work out to say his name properly.
Well, there's two 47s. One's in the white team and one's in the black.
I know.
So I know the young man in the black is louder.
This is a disaster. Well, you know what isn't a disaster? The white team are running inside
Tommy
50. Tommy A. What's his surname? Say it, Norts.
And that's the Sopolus.
There you go.
Oh, geez, that was a good goal. In all seriousness, he crumbed that beautifully under pressure. Good ball movement. 3 goals each of 2 now, Walshy. 3-2-20. We did say in the lead into this game, we're having a bit of fun, I know, but in the lead into this game, we did say both these sides very evenly matched, and well, the scoreboard's reflective of that.
Well, you see when the players are coming off the interchange, we just saw Todd Marshall come off for a rest. Mitch Georgiadis makes his way back onto the field, and again, the rucks are being heavily rotated, which is good to see. Vicentini is heading back into the middle, so this will be Vicentini up against Devan Soldo, who's been outstanding. Joining him in the middle for the black team is Ollie Wines, Jason Horn-Francis, Jace Burgoyne just outside the square, and geez, Connor Rosie looks good with that number 1 on his back, doesn't he?
Unbelievable. The famous number 1, of course, as per Port Adelaide tradition, started in the early 1920s, that tradition, and well, it's nearly 100 years on, or more than 100 years on, actually. Right now, it's an amazing tradition. So Soldo bashes the ball forward. Butters tries to find the football. Umpire's whistle goes and says, no, that is going straight to the young man in, if he turns his back shortly, I'll say Zeus it was actually, to Zach Butters.
Candy.
He sells the pup, goes long inside 50, danger zone, Sweet comes charging out. Good contest by Walsh in defence, hands by Boak, looks for the free kick. Tommy A's there, Anastasopoulos, can't quite say it when it's that quick. Lorenz to Narkle, Narkle tries to find space, Mead dancing on a 2-step, left foot inside 50, where's Walsh? Nowhere to be seen, Soldo goes down, Walsh is nowhere near it.
He's talking about me or the player.
You, I'm saying, where are you, man?
I'm just watching Tommy A, who is going to challenge us because he's touched the ball a couple of times now, Nort. So let's hope we get a breather at quarter time so we can work on saying his name. In the meantime, Darcy Bird-Jones manages to get the ball. Charlie Dixon tries to go for it with one hand, manages to pick up the ball and comfortably kicks towards one of his teammates, and eventually it is collected. DBJ again looks inside 50. But it only goes as far as the white team, and Jackson Mead ends up with the ball. Looking out for a clearance, there's Big Charlie. As you mentioned, Daniel Norton, you don't want Big Charlie Dixon running at you. And by the looks of it, Brandon Zirk-Thatcher got a really nice introduction there to Alberton, and also Charlie Dixon as the white team through Dan Houston, taking a little bit of time now, trying to find a way to get it through that centre square and get it inside 50. Currently scores a level at 20 apiece. Lockie Jones off the right. And we have another inside 50. Anastasopoulos just misses out. And Rioli just with ease running up the wing. He just does it with such class. And the black team will slow it down through Ollie Wines, looking to get inside 50 once again.
There's Lorna. He's going to win the free kick. By the way, we're going to add a little bit of class to this commentary team shortly. Janelle Cuthbertson will join us at quarter time to give her take on the game so far, and it has been an entertaining start, there's no doubt about that. 4 minutes left in this first quarter. Of course, today's stream online brought to you by KFC, delivered by KFC. Miles Bergman intercepts. What a fine season he had last year, and he's only going to grow on from that. Look at that kick, magnificent kick to Narkle. Narkle, of course, joining the club through the mid-season trade period last year. Those blue wheels glistening in the afternoon sunlight. Looks to Houston inside 50. Jace Burgoyne step by step, handballs over the top, more in hope than anything. Darcy Burn-Jones has it. got a bit of composure. Lorna goes out wide to Mitchie G. Great to see him back, like I said, right in front of the MG High Performance Centre. Centre wing outer side here at the magnificent Alberton Oval.
You mentioned Quentin Narkle. There's going to be a challenge for spots inside 50 around that goal square for players this year. It was a luxury last year to have, although some players unavailable for selection or injured, but Frankie Evans, Rioli, McEntee, Powell Pepper. So you would like to have them all fully fit going into round one, and then I guess it makes always a good competitive training here at Alberton. And as Soldo goes up for the mark, he is just... Well, he's throwing his weight around at the moment, and this is why he's here, but he's taken the wind out of his opponent.
I think that might be Brandon Zirk-Thatcher.
He's had Charlie Dixon and then Ivan Soldo have a crack at him, and it looks like he's getting 50 for that. Yeah,
it's probably a little loud. There was obviously no malice involved. I think it was more the jarring when he sort of hit the ground. So the ball being brought forward to just forward of centre. So Zirk-Thatcher, obviously drafted at the end of last year, goes long to the teeth of the square. Sweet goes up, got his hands to the ball. Soldo, he tried to handle it. Lord, inside out torpedo, and that's gone through for a minor score. So the 50 metre nearly benefiting the white team. They move on to 3-3-21 here at Alberton. The black team 3-2-20. We're in the shadows of quarter time.
2 minutes left on the clock, so there's still time for a score from either side. Just need to move it pretty quickly though. Dylan Williams from the black team. That familiar spot of kicking the ball out. Handful of players, and it looks like there is going to be a free kick going to the black team.
Miss Georgiadis, this will be possession probably number 5 or 6.
It's been very impressive with that early goal, and it looks like he's saying the umpires said, you know what, take it up 50 again. The umpires are really inserting themselves into this game early, and it's only the first quarter knots. We've got about 90 seconds left until that quarter time siren goes. So Georgiadis, he's been gifted here because he could bomb this one inside 50. We'll see who makes the lead for him. Could be the last score of the first quarter. Currently, it's white 3-3-21 to the black team 3-2-20. Georgiadis on the right goes inside 50 to almost the point of the square. There's players everywhere, but looks like it's Ryan Burton who gets the handball across to Brandon Zirk-Thatcher, who's recovered from a Charlie Dixon and an Ivan Soldo barrage.
So Cody Zoots, the young fella who's one of the Magpies contractor players and had a good season last year, kicks the ball long towards centre wing. Big pack of players again. Big tackle by Scully. Ball spills free. Well done there by the young man in Evans. Finds Sam Powell Pepper. Kicks towards the 50-metre line, but that's going to go out the full. That breeze carried that ball across towards the light tower, and there'll be a relieving free kick from a long way out. Lockie Jones deep in defence for the team in white. Less than 30 seconds left, so they'll just want to run the clock down here, of course. He'll go as long as he possibly can, get out of the danger zone. Big pack of players. Good mark there by Tom Cleary, the ever-reliable defender. Dangerously goes. I love this, though. Attacking the corridor. Georgiadis again. Handballs to Evans. Evans inside 50. Rioli waiting, lurking. Oh, good mark, though, by Zirk-Thatcher. He read that beautifully.
Yep, and he'll count down the clock until the siren will sound. And there it is. Quarter time here at Alberton Oval. Currently, it's the white team 3-3-21, leading the black team 3-2-20. And we are...
You know, we might grab you at half. A bit more of a chat about the W program and also what you're seeing out here and your backstory. I'd like to get talk to you at halftime about your backstory as well, because I know you've got a fascinating multi-sport career backstory with tennis and so forth as well.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Thanks, Janelle. Thanks for your insights, and thanks for sharing some of the insights about the AFLW program as well.
Sounds good. Thanks lots.
Thanks, Janelle. Janelle Cuthbertson, a star All-Australian defender for Port Adelaide's AFLW side and co-vice captain, and essentially one of the great leaders within our AFLW program. She'll be back to join us at half-time. The second quarter just underway, 30 seconds in, boundary throw-in down the northern end.
Daniel Norton, throw the team sheets out the window, because Zach Butters is now playing for the black team, Connor Rosie is now playing for the white team, so the team sheets mean nothing. So this is going to really stitch us up here. Players have changed Guernseys.
David Kosh has just texted, you know when you see a message come through from the channel.
Oh no, this happened last year as well. Are we safe?
You get nervous.
Yep.
Yep. But he says he's enjoying the call from Brisbane, the Brisbane airport, and really enjoying the atmosphere that is emanating from Alberton Oval. So
that's good.
Sam Powell-Pepper's got it is good. Means we've got a job for next year. Sam Powell-Pepper's got the ball. He shouldn't really kick this. He's 35 metres out on a slight angle, kicking towards the northern ends. On the runway, drop punt on its way. He's kicked that magnificently. That is a beautiful kick. Never looked like missing. It was a dart. So Sam Powell-Pepper kicks his first. I delayed because I thought he might have snuck one in the first quarter. No, you're correct. Absolutely spot on, Walsh. He kicks his first. The Blacks 4-2-26. The Whites 3-3-21. Impressive shot.
We asked the question earlier about Willem Drew and why he is wearing the pink hat and whether that is if he cannot have physical contact or not. We had a few comments on social media coming through suggesting it might be due to him recovering from the AC joint, but again, we'll confirm that with the powers that be, that so we can give you all the updates at halftime. A lot of people watching this stream as well. Norts, Mark Fran and the Comwire team send their regards, who are proud supporters of the Port Adelaide Football Club, as the umpires have changed now. So the central umpire has changed, so hopefully they can bounce the ball correctly, and they can't. And this is a disaster. Let's be honest. I don't want to, I love umpires, but bounce the ball or throw it up. Please. I'm sorry.
He does throw it up.
Very emotional about this.
won the ruck hit out, but the umpires called that back. And you're right, it is confusing now because Connor Rosie's wearing number 1 for the white team. So if you're confused at home, we're confused here. Ryan Burton's got the foot. He's going to kick long inside 50. Big pack of players. Ball spills over the back. Umpire says free kick. You can't push him in the back like that. And Jordan Sweet will have a shot on goal directly in front. Only about 20 metres out. So direct play. Soldo says, well, I don't think I touched him. Jordan Sweet says, I will take that every day. So the big fella, of course, from the Western Bulldogs, former North Adelaide player, South Australian. Great to have him home.
Played in that flag with Connor Rosie for the Roosters.
He did, under Josh Carr, of course.
Yep.
It? Yes, of course, back in 2018, I think that was. So Sweets, not far out, directly in front, stabs it and kicks it really well. Really good shot on goal, straight through the centre. Goal kicking has been quite impressive. 4-3-27 the Whites, the black team 4-2-26. A really good contest here at Alberton Oval.
If we think about both of the ruckmen who have come to the club, Soldo being behind Big Nank at the Tigers for so long, and you think about one of the best ruckmen in the competition in Tim English, and you have Jordan Sweet waiting in the wings too. So again, they've got a point to prove, which they both stay relatively fit. At the moment, you would say that Soldo's leading this battle, but we're only a few minutes into this second quarter too, so anything can happen. You can see his physicality. They are both different kind of players. Soldo using his physicality, but Sweet has a really good aerial leap on him too.
Now Vicentini up against Soldo, and Vicentini, of course, had that remarkable debut, didn't he, against Essendon in round 16 last year, where he was called out of the change rooms after the team had actually run out to warm up. It was an unbelievable start to his career. Butters, meanwhile, has got it one bounce short inside 50. Beautiful vision. And Darcy Byrne-Jones has the mark 40 metres out. That was wonderful ball movement by Zach Butters. Magnificent conditions too here at Alberton Oval today. Crowd building 3,500, I would say, in the house at the moment. And just talking about supporters and membership up 3,500 already at this same time. Walshy, this year, it's membership is flying at the moment. So if you want your membership pack, contact the club or jump on the club website, as Darcy Byrne-Jones just hits the aluminium there, hits the post for a minor score. So that score moves along to 4-3-27 each of two.
Kicked 18 goals in his 23 games last year, DBJ, and 17 behind. So probably working on the accuracy over summer a little bit. So the ball comes into the middle of the ground. Jason Horne-Francis with the black Guernsey on has a look around for Josh Sin, who eventually finds a player.
Mystery man.
We need to work out who the mystery man is. Put a number on him. All right, Sin has the ball. We know his number. He's number 8, looking towards Charlie Dixon, who looks like he had a bit of a hand in the back. And one of the players to move him out of the way was the money man, Marshall. So Todd Marshall manages to get the ball, and he'll be lining up to have a kick for goal, looking for his first of the afternoon. Great to see him recommit to the club long term as well, Norts.
To the end of 2029, fantastic. He joins a group of players who've committed long term. You think Rosie, you think Butters, you think Lord, Marshall, the list goes on, and that crop of players coming through all augurs well for a bright future.
Marshall, easy as you like, walks in, gets his first goal of the afternoon. Very happy with it. I notice in these intra-club trials as well, the celebrations are at a minimum.
Yes.
In a couple of weeks when we start playing AFL opposition, they might escalate a little bit, but once you get to round one, they go next level. So they're warming up their celebrations as well. Todd Marshall, just as easy as you like, low-key high five. I'm looking forward to someone hopefully going crazy with the celebration today. This is what this game deserves, Norts.
Oh, it does. It absolutely does. For those playing at home too, watching at home, there has been a number of players that have swapped Guernsey. So just to be clear, Wines, Rosie and Dylan Williams are in the white team now, and in the black team, Butters, Mead and Lockie Jones. So you're not seeing things. They have swapped Guernseys, and it's all to do with matchups. It's all to do with strategic considerations that the coaching group need to consider, and players on certain players. McEntee, for example, in the centre now. They're going head to head there. Ball goes up. Butters again tries to free-wheel his way through. Couldn't. Vicentini over the top. Well done. Sin reaches high in the air. Now he's caught with the football. He's got problems now. Well done, though. Beautifully done by the young man, number 39 in black. Fine Sam Powell-Pepper bursting out. Butters, close. Williams, well done. Dixon, all the time in the world. Around the body, says, thank you. I eat theirs for breakfast. That's just too easy, says Dixon. Beautiful finish. Great play by the black team, set up by Zach Butters.
Kicks it behind.
Well, what's going on?
It was the best called behind that
point of the year
I've watched so far this pre-season. Tom Anastasopoulos has the ball as everyone is trying to work out what just happened. If someone could please let us know, just send Norts a text or comment on the stream. We just need to find out what happened then, because everybody thought it was a goal. The goal umpire said, no, we don't want to have one of these issues at Alberton in 2024. Pack of players.
Did that happen last year where the ball nearly hit the post?
We don't talk about this. Will Lorenz clears it out eventually, and it looks like it was Dante Vicentini who's going to get the free kick. The ball thrown away.
Ken's got his first touch for 2024.
It's a good touch. He's wearing the very nice A-frame hat from the Port store, which you can purchase all of your Macron range here today. Dan Houston with the ball now. Having a look at his options, he's got a lot of big players in the forward line as well. Houston. Short kick, and one of his options was definitely Darcy Byrne-Jones, who manages to almost take a chest mark from 2 metres away. Powell-Pepper trying to soccer it along the ground. DBJ still in it. Dixon, handballs out, looking for Powell-Pepper. Umpire calls holding the ball or incorrect disposal. Ollie Wines will slow it down. Centre wing for the white team.
9 minutes into the second quarter. Beautiful conditions at Alberton, 24 degrees. Just looking over my left shoulder to the precinct there. What a spot that is. Absolutely magnificent there on the deck. Full crowd there in the Bob Quinn stand as the black team take it out of defence. Long kick by Dustin. Dustin finds Frankie Evans. Now he's going to hold up. He's just going to wait for some options. Players starting to drift forward now. Look at McEntee's leg speed. Look at McEntee. He's run 35, 40 metres to get that ball and takes a mark 55 metres out. Probably too far out to score. But he's going to give it his best shot. The MG High Performance Centre in the background. It is a magnificent precinct, indoor kicking area. 2 basketball courts for the West Adelaide Bearcats. Big pack of players. Lord got his right hand to the ball, taps it forward. Boak charges out, handballs wide to a voice in Butters. What can Butters do from here? Hooks it around the body, looks for Dixon. Dixon works his player onto the ball. Umpire says that's okay. It goes over for a boundary throw-in. 4 metres around from the behind post northern end here at Alberton.
Really impressive watching Ivan Soldo and his work rate, Norts. He was certainly someone who could have got his hands on the ball in that inside 50 if it wasn't for Charlie Dixon. Now he's making his way towards the MG High Performance Centre, but the ball was grabbed out of the ruck by Vicentini. Radigalia couldn't get his hands on it. Looks like it's a free ball at the moment. Radigalia should have time to clear it out. There's your don't argue. This is what we got him over here for. The white team clears it out in the direction of Tommy A. Tommy A doesn't grab the mark though. It's Tommy S. Tom Scully. Hands it across to Lorenz. Lorenz having a look. Could be a high tackle there. What's the umpire going to do? No. Play on. And it will be Rowley with a little bit of time. Centre wing. Mitch Georgiadis has been very much so in the play for the first quarter and a half. 11 minutes in, 28-minute quarters we are playing here. He says, go long. He waves the finger and says, no, I can go from here. Has a look towards Charlie Dixon. Radagale all over him. Player at the front. And it looks like Charlie Dixon's going to get the free kick. Play on. Pal Pepper calls advantage. Kicks a goal. We're just confirming. Goal. Pal Pepper gets his second.
This time. Great call, Walshy. Pal Pepper kicks his second. One of those typical Sam Pal Pepper goals, crumbing the ball. Took the play on advantage and slotted it straight through the centre, and that is the sixth goal to the black team, and they've kicked away here at the moment, leading by 13 points. You're pointing at something, Walshy.
I'm just
analysing the forward structure.
I'm just having a look because no matter how much training you do and how much match sim, when you get into a trial match like this, the players, especially the black players who were involved then, so in Charlie Dixon, the other black team players in Pal Pepper and Rioli and Evans, they are cooked. So we're only halfway into this second quarter here, but you can see no matter the training you do, nothing prepares you for a match. And thankfully, there's a lot of players on rotation because they're quite fatigued.
Well, that lactic acid will build. You get that nervous energy, don't you? And your heavy legs because you're just so keen. You just want to get amongst it. And there's certainly been great energy here at Alberton so far this afternoon. The ball back in the centre. Lord up against Sweet. And Lord says, I'll take that, thank you. In fact, Connor Rosie will take the free kick. And he will play on quickly. Normally a thumping kick. Drives the ball long into the breeze. Big pack of players. Up goes Scully again. Well crumbed. Hands free. Hands over the top to a voice. Only as far as Horn Francis. He stands up in the tackle and says, I'm not going anywhere. And the umpire says, sorry, Jason, you've got to try and make more of an effort there, son. And the free kick to number 47 in the white team, who we believe is, so I don't have a
look, we're not sure at this stage, and that's okay.
No, we aren't sure. We're not sure. It might be Dustin Lorna who's swapped jumpers.
It might be, but it also might not be. But it doesn't matter because this player has made it even more difficult because he's just got a 50-metre penalty and he's going to kick a goal, yes. And we don't know
where to mark
who kicked the goal is.
No, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I'll get some information from my production team shortly. 50 metres that was. Jason Horn-Francis on the mark. I'm not sure what it was for, maybe just encroaching. And he slotted the white team's fifth goal. So a bit scrappy there. It's a 7-point ball game. You expect the skills to be a little bit scrappy because you talk about the intensity, the fatigue starts to set in after half time. But gee whiz, it's been an entertaining first quarter and a half.
It really has, and the new faces have been impressive, but I feel like we're still in awe when you see Connor Rosie running out of the middle. Zach Butters, who has that frantic running action but still manages to get a pass to precision. Connor Rosie in the middle at the moment. Ollie Lord looking like he's going to take the hit out against Jordan Sweet. So plethora of ruckmen playing for Port Adelaide today for both teams.
Yes, a lot. Of course, this time next week we'll be hosting the Adelaide Crows here. That game well and truly underway by this time next week. It'll be magnificent.
Yeah, that's a great bounce.
It's a great bounce. And of course, the following Friday, one of those, what you would call a full-scale hit-out against Fremantle under lights at this magnificent precinct here at Alberton. So plenty to look forward to if you're a Port Adelaide fan coming up in the next 2 weeks, as the blood rule seems to have, Jackson Mead seems to have caught one sort of to the side of the face there, Walshy. And he will come off the ground, replaced by...
It's not a bad replacement. Zach Butters coming on, is it?
Zach Butters, yep, indeed, coming on just to replace him. Like we said, the breeze picking up here, but beautiful conditions. It is a wonderful summer's day here in Adelaide today. If you're tuning in from interstate or perhaps overseas, ball spills free. Well done by Rosie. Gets the ball free, jammed forward by the team in white. That's a good grab there by Zeus. Umpire says play on. Probably didn't hold it long enough. Now he's got problems. He's got to try and get rid of it. The umpire says, I'll have it, right on the 50-metre line towards the southern end here at Alberton. We're midway through, just over midway through the second quarter, 15 and a half minutes gone. A really good contest.
Black team leading by 7 points at the moment. We are going to have another ball up, so not as free-flowing this second quarter as it was the first, but very even contest, especially in the ruck as Sweet manages to get his hands on it, finds Horn Francis looking out the back. Burgoyne struggles to get his hands on it, and then it ends up with Lockie Jones, who still has a lot of time. Goes straight into the middle. Evans can't grab it. Goes back to the white team. And eventually, the ball comes out. Connor Rosie takes the mark. Few options. Looks to his right. Finds Lorenz.
Interesting story, Lorenz. His grandfather, Graham Arthur, captain of Hawthorn's first premiership side back in 1961. So real football pedigree there associated with young Will Lorenz.
Looks like we're going to have a shot for goal here, but still movement inside the goal square. So pops up at the top. Very nice intercept mark. Black team will relieve that pressure, but not for too much longer, because it's Kane Farrell, who can probably kick a goal from where he is at centre wing at the moment. Finds Rosie, who on the right foot just eases his way in, and that man Lorenz, probably too much of an angle to kick a goal there, so he centres it back in the middle, and a fantastic kick.
That's our man again, Lorenz, and he finds number 47 in white. Now, I've got the feelers out. I've got nearly every person I know hunting down this young man's name, because he's starting to rack up a lot of footy.
I'm interviewing Josh Carr at half-time. Do you think that should be my first question? Who is wearing number 47?
Yeah, well, a lot of people will be asking. There's no doubt about that. And he looks classy.
He walks in for goal. For his second. Easy as you like.
Beautiful kick off the boot. And the white team now draw closer. They're only a point the difference. We pointed out at the start of today's broadcast that both sides were evenly matched, and even though some players have swapped sides, you can see what the coaches are trying to do here. They're pitting players that are, like for likes against one another, and that's reflective of the scoreboard at the moment. 6-4-40, the black team, 6-3-39, as Ivan Soldo charges back into the ruck division. Dante Vicentini, high hopes for Dante as well. Played a couple of games last year. We spoke about his debut against Essendon, one of the most remarkable debuts. Imagine eating a pasty in the third row of the grandstand and then getting cooled down just before the opening bounce and having to do a warm-up, getting strapped.
Yep.
Parents weren't there. Fortunately,
correct me if I'm wrong, is that the Dan Houston after the siren goal?
Same.
That's that
happens.
game, yes.
There were that many storylines out of that one game. It was
yes.
an incredible night at the MCG, and one that certainly Dante won't forget, one that Dan Houston won't forget either.
Ball coming out of the middle. It was Soldo up against Vicentini. Wines ends up with it though. Handball's out. Free kick called, so the black team through Zach Butters. Looks for McEntee, who has Boak. He says, no, that's fine. Let's hold it up a little bit. Willem Drew's back on the field looking to contest this one here. Evans can't manage to hold on to it. Drew against him. Handball's out. Boak and Evans, 2-on-1. Evans pushes away a couple of players. Pepper manages to pick the ball up off the ground. Tackled by two.
Oh, good tackle.
Great tackle. Holding the ball.
I think it's Dylan Williams now. He swapped Goons. That's a terrific tackle. Really good tackle. And what a year Dylan Williams had last year. Sort of the forgotten man at Port Adelaide 18 months ago, and from nowhere.
We think in COVID times he was the team's hairdresser in the hub, and then he was playing consistent football.
Now recast as a defender. He's really re-energised his career. Talking about great years, Bergman's got the ball, beautifully put, and finds our man, number 47 in the white, right in front of the Bob Quinn stand, the shadows of Bob Quinn stand. So Bergman starting to rack up some possessions as well. They'll chip the ball around here, the whites. Well done though by Burgoyne, read that beautifully off the boot. Who does he remind you of? His father, of course, read it beautifully. Rioli looks for the voice. Not a great kick. Finds Horn Francis though. He's got time. Look at the vision. Squirts it wide, but just skews it a little bit too wide. And Connor Rosie read that magnificently. And they're away, the team in white. Here they go. One bounce by Farrell. Arches the back. Handball over the top to Hagan. Hagan chips in short to Charleston. Took his eyes off the ball a little bit too soon, the young man, but recovered well. Willem Drew in that pink cap. We're still working out whether that's a fashion statement or whether it's protecting the AC joint. There goes Farrell again. Back to my man Drew. Drew stabs at it. Ollie Wines says, I can take it in one hand. And he'll go back and look at it from 60. Just in front of us, Radagalia just walking off the ground at the moment, or just sort of jogging off the ground. So we'll keep an eye on that. Sin's got the football for the team in black, stabs it towards Frankie Evans. Evans to Boak. Boak stabs it wide to Sam Pepper, and they'll hold the ball up centre wing out of side here at Alberton.
He might be getting excited that Pink's coming to Adelaide in a few weeks, Nort, so getting some merchandise in early. So Pink making the right call. Taylor Swift staying at the eastern side of Australia, where a lot of people are making the trek over there, but we thank everybody for coming to Alberton today. If you are watching this while travelling over to Victoria to watch Swifty in the car, thank you. Boak on the right goes inside 50, having a look for Marshall. It won't go that far because Miles Bergman says, no, I'm just going to intercept that one and kick it out and start play again for the white team. And they've got space straight through the middle. Our number 47 is on fire at the moment, and he's up against two players who eventually find time to get it out to Jace Burgoyne wearing that number 7, and he's got time as well. Looks for Rioli. Rioli has a little bit of space. 2-on-1 in the goal square. It's Marshall Horn-Francis. Marshall, the free man, picks it up off the ground. He's still got Horn-Francis in the goal square. Doesn't go that way. Palpepper's by himself. Oh, he drops to Mark Rosie. Palpepper. Can Horn-Francis pick it up and kick a goal, or will it be Frankie Evans, who again, umpire says free kick? And it's going to go the way of Jason Horn-Francis, who will line up for his first goal of the afternoon, Norts.
Yes, he will. But just keep an eye on Asava Radicaleri. He's just been helped off the ground by team physio Tim O'Leary. Doesn't look like there's too much concern there. He's just having a little bit of a breather on the boundary line there as Jason Horn-Francis walks in, almost point blank range here, kicking towards the northern end. Bang, straight through the centre from 15 metres out. It's a goal. He should have kicked it, and he does. 7-4-46, the team in black. The team in white, 6-3-39. We hope you're enjoying our coverage. It's been delivered by KFC 22 minutes into the second quarter. Now, number 47 in white. We've got to give ourselves an uppercut. Famous Port Adelaide name. Father, son. Preston Cockatoo Collins.
Well,
Cockatoo Collins' son.
I knew that, Norts, and I was just going to wait and see if you knew that.
So I knew what you were doing.
Yeah, I just wanted to see.
It was a bit of theatre. Now, no wonder he moves so beautifully. Of course, we all remember, certainly my vintage, Shea Cockatoo Collins, the Magic Man, played for Essendon, of course, originally a Port Adelaide junior, and then of course came back and played for Port Adelaide in the early 2000s.
Number 12 for Port Adelaide when he made his way over here.
He did. Yes, he did. He was the excitement machine, jack in a box.
Yep.
Could take big marks, kick miraculous goals as well. So let's keep an eye on his young fella. A great story, Preston Cockatoo Collins, number 47. He's kicked 2 goals so far this afternoon.
5 minutes left in the second term. It is the team in black leading by 7 points, 7-4-46 to 6-3-39. This, well, we would say okay standard of commentary is delivered by KFC. It's not a true reflection of KFC. That is gold class standard. And Norts and I just warming up, but that's okay. We've got plenty of time. A couple more quarters to go. Dan Houston with the ball right outside that MG High Performance Centre. Having a look at the basketball courts in there, Norts, I was a little bit nervous that the players would get distracted because they are incredible and they would just be playing too much basketball. I saw at the end of the presentation of the Guernseys on Saturday night, Jeremy Finlayson and Willie Rioli playing some one-on-one, and I got nervous. I thought, let's just stick to the football at this point, but they are good basketballers. Clock counting down at the moment. 24 minutes into this second term. It's Soldo and Sweet, and then it's Wines looking inside 50. Good mark at the top, not paid, didn't hold on to it long enough. Off the side of the boot, it was Cockatoo Collins, who was going for his third goal, and there's still, I thought they had a little bit of time to get it off the goal line and kick it through, but just a solitary behind there for the team in white, Norts, with less than 4 minutes to go, and it'll be Travis Boak looking to clear it out.
What a player he's been, Travis Boak. 348 games, turns 35, 36 on August 1st. Can you believe that? What a player. I love him. We all love him. Dixon tries to barge through, only as far as Zirk Thatcher. Good hands. There goes Tommy A. Finds some space to Farrell. Farrell looks for a wide option and finds him. And the ball will just be held up there a little bit. There's Zeus. Zeus goes long and finds Rosie. What an off-season Rosie's had. 8-year contract extension, engaged, new home, expecting. Oh, the man can do it all. Goes long, big pack of players, ball spills free, trying to shovel the ball out. Snapshot over the top, but only as far as Tommy Cleary. Great to see him back in action as well for Port Adelaide in defence. So he holds it up. Goes short to Xavier Walsh, picked 13 in the rookie draft. He's normally a thumping left foot kick. Sizes it up though and gives it to McEntee to Jackson Mead, bandaged up, goes long, and Marshall says, I will take that, thank you very much. Well played, got out the back. Jackson Mead saw him, hit him up beautifully, and he'll have a set shot from only 35 metres out directly in front.
Norts, give me your thoughts on Willie Rioli. My view and perspective is he's had a pretty good pre-season. He looks very slim.
Indeed he does. New fresh hairdo does that for you as well, but he looks sleek. Very, very slim.
I don't have the ability to get a fresh haircut, so
I'm not far behind
thanks for bringing it up.
I can tell you, not far behind you at all. But he does look very fit, as does Todd Marshall. Goes for home, and he has kicked it straight through the centre. Of course, one of the absolute straight shooters at Port Adelaide, and he kicks his, is that his second? Yes, that's his second. So another multiple goal scorer for the team in black. Sam Powell-Pepper has 2, and Todd Marshall has kicked his second as well. So the black team move on to 8-4-52. The white team 6-4-40. Just before halftime here at Alberton Oval.
Game sort of settled down a little bit, Norts, as we are just over a minute until halftime, so the clock isn't stopping 28 minutes. So we'll probably get the centre bounce or throw up, as it's been for most of the centre clearances this half so far. Then the siren will sound. So the goal scorer, Sam Powell-Pepper's kicked a couple, Todd Marshall a couple, Horn Francis, Georgiades, Dixon, Burne-Jones, McEntee with 1, and Zach Butters, Sweet, and Astasopoulos, Scully, and of course Preston Cockatoo Collins with a couple as well.
Ball back in the centre. The two big boys at it again. Sweet versus Soldo. Soldo charges, wins that quite comfortably, tries to put in the path of Mead. He can't find it. Handball over the top by Farrell into space. Now this is going to be a hot footy. Well picked up, handball to the voice in Burton. Burton snaps it towards centre wing. Good lead, good mark by the young man there. I like that effort there by Logan Evans. But the umpire says you didn't hold it long enough, and I'll have it. Boundary throw in front of the Bowls Club here at Port Adelaide. Closing in on half-time. Only a matter of seconds left. We'll probably just see one last ruck contest if we're lucky. Ball spinning back in. Now there's the siren. So at half-time, it is the team in black, 8-4-52, leading the team in white, 6-4-40.
Terrific, Janelle. Well, thank you for your time, and that's just a fascinating backstory, and we look forward to following your career closely here at Albert. And if you could join us at 3/4 time again for another quick chat, that would be great. Great to have your company. Thank you, Janelle. As the second half underway, the white team drives the ball forward. Josh Sin jostling, and he'll get the free kick, and probably took the mark in the end anyway, to be fair. Goes short, tries to find Rosie, doesn't quite find the target. Horn Francis to swap teams. Rosie picks the ball up, that's the main thing. Tries to find Boat. Boat puts his hands in, tries to avoid the tackle. Good tackle there. Is that Super Cooper, number 47? I think it is, the young man, Nathaniel Cooper. He's a young man who's come from Croke Island, can you believe? 1,000 kilometres above Darwin, Croke Island. So give me something, Walshy. I mean, he's an exciting machine. Let's Magpies contractor player. I was trying to just then grab your headphones and I missed out who scored, but I think it's Lockie Charlson who might have kicked that one for the white team, number 26. So a good start, lively start to the second half here at Alberton, as that sun just sort of soothes the back of my head. Does it? Does. Well, it does, because it's setting in the west.
Look, there's been some controversy, Daniel, that's come from social media. We appreciate feedback. Speaking of the back of your head, we were talking about Willem Drew wearing the pink hat.
Yep.
And we have since revealed and confirmed that it was due to his AC joint recovery.
Yep.
And the feedback we got was that the Port Adelaide Football Club media team put out a release about that this week, that he's wearing the hat because of that. And your particular role is you're the head of the media team, correct?
Oh, absolutely I am. And did I not say that at the start of the broadcast, that he may well have a twinge on the...
You can't be half pregnant with that stuff. You've got to back yourself in, because we're going to back each other in here, just like Josh Sin is backing himself in with the ball. We'll get back to you in a moment, Norts, because you might get another text message from Koshy. It went past Willem Drew wearing the pink hat for medical reasons, not for fashion reasons or sun-smart reasons.
Jeez, he does look good in it, though. Doesn't he?
He looks very good.
I love it.
Yeah, we've got Tom Wren sitting next to us as well. Look at him.
We have.
You can hear his laugh in the background. This is like the Hollywood seats. He's bought binoculars. They would have been handy.
What they would have been handy in that deep pocket. The ball comes spinning back into play. Vicentini palms the ball down. Mead with that bandage on the head. Horne-Francis, there he is again. Drew with that pink hat. Drives the ball forward. Big pack of players. Well done there by Xavier Walsh. He read that beautifully. Now lifted the eyes. He tried to find Sweet. Did eventually in the end, and probably fortunate to take the mark at the end. I think Vicentini might have got his paw to that ball, but Jordan Sweet has it. Right half back in front of the Foss Williams stand.
Spoke to Josh Carr walking out of the change rooms from the MG High Performance Centre at the end of half time. He said Asava's got a sore knee, so he should be okay to play next week, but he's not going to take any further part in the game. We saw him hobbling off here late in that second quarter, so Josh Carr certainly confirmed that. Also said that they're really impressed internally with Ivan Soldo, who we spoke about, but also Mitch Georgiadis with his attack on the ball in his first game back from that knee.
Yeah, it didn't look too serious, did it? Asava, he looked pretty relaxed as he made his way off the ground just prior to half-time. The ball spins back into play. Soldo again versus Sweet. Ball spills free. Look at that. Wrestling in the tackle is, guess who? Jason Horne-Francis. The umpire says, well, you had a bit of time to get rid of it, and Ollie Wines will take the relieving free kick. Two bulls. Wines versus Horne-Francis. It's just spectacular watch. Wines goes long down centre wing, tries to find a target, working to the front. Now the umpire whistles going everywhere here. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. It looks like someone's tying their shoelace up.
That's Thatcher, I think.
Zirk Thatcher, free kick. No one on the mark. That's what's throwing me. Well, he's actually outside 5 probably in football speak. So Zirk Thatcher will go long. That breeze is picked up again just after half-time, looking for Soldo. And there he is, the big telescopic arms. He puts them up and takes a mark 48 metres out from goal, kicking towards the northern end.
He's a big man. Tom Wren certainly isn't. I'm concerned that this breeze might blow Tom Wren off this scaffolding here, so we might need to strap him down.
Well, his toupee's hanging on by a thread. I can tell you what. Now that's... no, I won't. That is hanging on for dear life.
Now Soldo's gone to Lockie Jones from outside 50, casually as you like. It's not going to be a goal. It actually hits the behind post, just next to the hands of Jordan Sweet and Dante Vicentini. So Sweet will take the free kick under the shade of the grandstand now. Alberton looking absolutely beautiful on this Friday night. Safe to say that wasn't Jordan Sweet's best kick, but it also ends up in the hands of Jackson Mead. Tackle there on the 50-metre line, holding the ball. And it was Anastasopoulos who took longer to get rid of the ball than his actual surname. Relieving kick. Defensive 50 for the team in black. Sweet's back there again. A couple of players behind him. Vicentini thought he had two hands on.
Well, he's asking for it.
But we'll have a ball up right in the middle.
Todd Marshall just a little bit sore, just grabbing that lower leg there, but he'll be okay. He'll run that one off. Just a little ankle tap there. Vicentini up against Sweet again. Ollie Wines burrowing into Butters. Butters tries to free the football. In goes Horne-Francis. Don't reckon they're cracking in at the moment, Walshy. They are right into it. It's great to see Wines going head-to-head with Jason Horne-Francis. Umpire quickly throws the ball up. Sweet down to Butters. Butters again. Arms, legs, everything in there. Rosie holds them up and the umpire says, I'll have it again. So a scrappy start to the second half. Let's check the scoreboard over there on the MG High Performance Centre. It's the black team 8-4-52 leading the whites 7-4-46.
This broadcast proudly delivered by KFC. Connor Rosie proudly delivers the ball in the direction of Sin, but nice from the back. Lockie Jones ends up picking up the scraps, but it goes as far as Ollie Wines, who has a little bit of time. He looks left at the top of the 50-metre line. Ball with Georgiadis goes out to Burgoyne. Again, the black team like the way they started that first quarter. They have time, they have space, and it ends up with Darcy Bird-Jones. Ryan Burton right on his tail. And I think we'll have a boundary throw-in at the southeastern side, right in front of that KFC branding as well there, Norts. I feel like KFC now. What's your go-to at KFC?
Oh, I love the chicken fillet, like the original chicken fillet burger. I love the meal, the chips, the salt they put on those
potato and gravy
chips.
Guy?
No, I like their salad.
Okay.
Oh, well, I don't mind their potato, but I love their chips and unbelievable.
Yeah. Can I give you a bit of a fun fact? If you go into KFC, ask for the fries to be cooked with no salt, because it means they have to cook them fresh.
Right.
And say, actually, can you put some salt on them?
At the end of them?
It's a hack, yeah. So just everyone listening, you're welcome. Back to the
Well, they're generally very fresh anyway, KFC. Certainly the ones magnificent. Love it. I might pick one up on the way home driving down Tupley's Hill Road. So let's have a look. Boundary throw in. We're sort of still stuck. We're hemmed. We're hemmed in that far pocket in front of that KFC sign. The ball will come spinning back into play. Both the ruckmen take position. Lord palms it down. Pressure on here to Houston. Needs to find some space. He does. Handballs to Mead. Mead tumbles the ball towards halfback. Big pack of players. Crash goes Soldo. Nearly takes a player within. The ball spills free. Now here's a chance. Evans pokes it forward. Well read though by Ryan Burton, who casually off one step kicks towards the outer side.
Great mark.
Great mark by Willie Rioli. Pressure there by Willem Drew. And as we've been pointing out for the last 5 minutes, Drew, we confirm, has been wearing that pink cap due to that AC joint knock. So Rioli goes inside 50, stabs at it. Good body work by Mitch Georgiadis. Couldn't hold the ball in the end. Burton handballs to Mead. Mead starting to rack up getting the football. Houston's in there. So is Darcy Byrne-Jones. Ball squirted forward by Mitch Georgiadis. Good attack on the ball by Powell Pepper. He says, get out of my way. Powell Pepper says, left foot around the body. Skews it across the face. Oh, I love his attack on the ball, even in internal trial. And the black team go to 8-7. 5:53, should I say, to the white team, 7-4-46. Powell Pepper, his aggression, I love it.
You can have a look where he just missed that goal, Nort, to see above the goals at the southern end of Alberton. There is a drone flying above. I did have a Power supporter come up to me and tap me on the shoulder and said, look, I just wanted to let you know one of our opposition teams are spying on this internal trial tonight. I had to remind them that it is the Port Adelaide Football Club's property. It's okay, so we are certainly safe here. And so the black team, in the hands of Sam Powell-Pepper, who almost kicked the goal of the day before, takes a mark in front of Kane Farrell and goes quickly.
Byrne-Jones
will be held by Darcy Byrne-Jones, and he kicks the first goal from around that area at the start of the game when he ended up in the goal square, and we worked out that it was DBJ.
Gee, Sam Powell-Pepper, I know we rave about the turnaround in his career, but he's been fantastic the last couple of years, even early in this second half.
DBJ doesn't score, and the ball will end up under a handful of players, and there will be a ball up about 2 metres out from the black team's goal. A couple of changes. Josh Sin coming back out onto the ground. Ball punched out of the throw-in, and a behind going to the way of the black team, who increased their lead by another point. They were dominating the first quarter. Currently the 8-6-54, leading the white team 7-4-46 on this wonderful Friday night here at Alberton, proudly delivered by KFC. It's a high performance centre. If you haven't been here yet to have a look at it, Norts, we will keep talking about it because it is outstanding as the ball is delivered towards Brandon Zerk-Thatcher, who doesn't manage to hold on to the mark, so he's under pressure at the moment from Jed McEntee. He finds Willem Drew in the pink hat. He's having a look around. He says no to Kane Farrell. It ends up in the hands, well, it was going to be in the hands of Dan Houston, but ends up in the hands of Darcy Byrne-Jones, who has a free man who's going to go back and kick for goal, and it's Mitch Georgiadis, who has been outstanding in his first game back, a competitive game back for the Power Norts.
Looks fit, racked up getting the ball early, probably had 6 or 7 early touches, kicked a goal early, going for his second goal here, and just so good to see him with freedom. No bandaging on the leg. It's just, we touch wood, but it's been a 10.5-month turnaround or thereabouts. It was early April last year when he injured that knee against Sturt. And since that moment has been working his backside off to get back for the start of this pre-season.
Walks in casually, a little bit of a breeze. It's quite swirly here at Alberton. Georgiadis, shanks it. You couldn't get much more right, and he has the solitary behind. It's still an important one for the team in black, who moved to 8-7-55. Lead of 19 points.
Ryan Burton has the football for the team in white, and he will normally find a target. It's normally a magnificent kick, and that is no exception. Finds Houston, and the white team are away. Look at this for transition football. Scully now versus Lord. If Scully can get his hands on the ball, he does. Over the top there. They transition this ball very swiftly inside 50 of the white team. Look at this, like a pack of bees swarming. They can't quite get to the player, takes it out over the line, but they've transitioned that ball in 14 seconds from deep inside 50 to deep inside the forward line. Impressive play.
Bit of feedback already. Maths wasn't my strong suit at Henley Beach. I did business maths. It's 9 points the margin, not 19, but that's okay. Ball thrown in.
Did I say 19?
No, I said that.
Oh.
I'm giving myself a clip because we're all about feedback here at the Port Adelaide Football Club. Here we go. Off the left boot.
Oh, -6 off that.
Goal there. Jackson Mead, absolutely outstanding. Very important goal for the white team too. The lead is now shortened to 3 points.
Yeah, terrific goal there by Jackson Mead. He's very much a two-sided player. He's just working his way. He's always in the mix, isn't he? He's had a solid season last year when he was playing for the Magpies at SANFL level. Whenever he gets a chance, he looks like he can belong on days like today. He's just got to take that opportunity. And a beautiful player, of course, his father, Darren Mead, Port Adelaide's inaugural best and fairest in 1997. So I love those father-son stories. You think about Jace Burgoyne, you even think about Preston Cockatoo Collins today and Jackson Mead. Wonderful stories. And even Jason Horne-Francis with his dad Fabian, just wonderful stories of lineage here at the Port Adelaide Football Club. So the ball back in the middle, Vicentini hands on thighs, same with Lord, ready to absolutely storm in. They're just waiting, they're just prancing and waiting. That's a beautiful bounce. Vicentini, like a gazelle, down to Horne-Francis. He's going nowhere. And Butter says, mate, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. I've got you, man.
What about this for a match-up on the wing? Travis Spoke, Tom Cleary standing next to one another. So we see Cluz in this position for the first time, but the ball ends up in the hands of Zach Butters, who doesn't really need to waste much time. Josh Sin, he's got speed. Willem Drew's getting close to him, though, almost goes for the tackle. Sin bombs it inside 50, looking for a target. There's more players with white Guernseys on than black ones, though, so it gives Kane Farrell time to get it outside of their defensive 50, and that man we were talking about, he goes back to that defensive area. Cleary, Bergman, looking towards Scully. Should be a high tackle there. Quinton Narkle. The ball will go in the way of the black team. Western wing of Alberton Oval, Sin with the ball again. He's been impressive, Norts.
He has. He got a lot of the football early. He's carrying the ball well. He's got that penetrating left foot. So, again, one of those players that Port Adelaide, they drafted up for. They actually went up in the draft a couple of years ago to get Sin at pick 12. And high hopes for Josh Sin across half-back, and indeed could push up to the wing potentially as well. Meantime, Todd Marshall has the football right on the 50-metre line. 14 and a half minutes gone in this third quarter. A sun-drenched Alberton Oval. It is just a beautiful day at the moment. Miles Bergman on the mark. Todd Marshall a fair way out. Breeze swirling towards the southern end. He's kicked 2 already. Contract extension only a couple of days ago. Feeling good about life. Drop punt on its way. Spinning, drawing. He's kicked his 3rd. He feels better about life now as well. 3 goals to Todd Marshall. A great start for him for 2024. A wonderful kick off the boot. And the white team kick away. They lead 9-7-61 to the white team. The black team 9-7-61. The white team 8-4-52 on that very, very impressive screen here at the MG High Performance Centre as well. That is spectacular, and you take these things for granted, Walshy, but we've never had these sort of facilities.
So
it's magnificent.
Does this mean that we'll be able to see this in action throughout the Sandful with the Maggies as well? The screen will be on. So as you mentioned, you've got state-of-the-art audio, state-of-the-art vision. It's essentially, from my understanding, you have the Adelaide Oval experience right here in the heart of Port Adelaide.
100%. The Adelaide. If you haven't been to Alberton, there is a screen the size of any screen you'll see at Adelaide Oval. It's the exact same quality. You're here for an AFLW game later in the year, or you're here for an SANFL game, you'll be able to see the broadcast on the screen. You'll be able to see replays. Of course, today a little different because of the broadcast quality is a little more basic, but there'll be AFLW broadcast here, and that screen will be really effective for anyone wanting to see replays or follow the game that might be down the other end of the ground. It's just a wonderful stadium.
Get you excited too for potential fan days if the finals happen and we're travelling interstate, so the fans can come here and really set up base here. But back to the action. Currently, it is the team in black leading 61-52. It's Willem Drew in that pink hat, looking for a player, and Tom Scully eventually grabs onto it, and it looks like he will get a free kick. Advantage played. So the ball kicked inside 50, 2-on-1. Great defense from the team in black, and they should clear it out. There's bodies everywhere.
Walshy, they are crashing him. They are crashing him.
This is the very impressive part of this, Norts, that we know that they're taking it seriously.
Yeah, I love it.
I'll be honest with you, I knew none of those players.
I couldn't tell. I could not possibly
There's just numbers
tell.
everywhere. It's like
There
the
is.
lotto.
Logan Evans has kicked that almost to us here in the grandstand. It was one of those scenarios where the ball drop was affected by the wind. He's just grabbing at the back of the leg. The young man who is a product from Norwood Football Club. So now what has happened here is very peculiar because the ball didn't come actually back into play. Or was it touched off the boot, was it? Yeah, so Tom Wren has told me it was maybe just touched off the boot. So boundary throw-in, ball spinning back. We're slightly obscured here with our scaffolding, so excuse me, I couldn't see that. As Narkle kicks the ball forward. Oh, good contest. Has Scully held that? The umpire says he has. So he's held that just inside the field of play in front of Xavier Walsh. And, well, it looks tricky, but often the modern footballer just runs around Walshy and curls these one back through. But an impressive mark, took the ball at the highest points, and he's already kicked one fantastic goal from deep in this pocket, Scully, early in the game, and now slots through his second. So that is elementary to the modern footballer, and he's done that beautifully, Tom Scully. Scully kicks his second, and well, it's a great contest here at Alberton Oval. I'm really enjoying this as we head towards the 19-minute mark of the third quarter.
We even saw throughout last season a lot of players opting to go for the around-the-body kick, even if they weren't on the boundary line too, just because it became a little bit more familiar for them. So as we have a look at the players running back into the centre bounce for both the black and white teams, Ollie Wines going back into the middle alongside Jordan Sweet and Zach Butters, and Jason Horn-Francis, Jackson Mead alongside Ivan Soldo, who has been extremely impressive.
The lights have come on here at Alberton Oval as well. We're going to see these in their full bloom in 2 weeks' time against Fremantle. That'll be a 7:10 starts here at Alberton. That will be spectacular. But the lights are on here at Alberton as well. So just a great twilight feel. Big crowd, lots of kids, lots of families. There's people have ridden in on their bikes. There's young and old. It is just a tremendous atmosphere. It's a community club at its best here at Port Adelaide.
Ollie Wines gets the ball inside 50, looking for a target. Great contest. Darcy Byrne-Jones is near it, but Lockie Jones ends up with it. Passes to Kane Farrell, who's under pressure from Jordan Sweet. Goes back to Farrell. They've got a little bit of time through Miles Bergman, who thankfully is wearing the bright fluoro boots. So we know he's got the ball. Last year it was very hard to determine between Miles Bergman and Jason Horn-Francis, and even the advertiser couldn't tell the difference after that first game. They got the confused on the front page. So we're okay with that at the moment, as we have a boundary throw-in.
Mistakes can happen, Walshy.
Absolutely. I've made plenty today, more than I've made good calls. Right in front of the... well, I was going to say world-class scaffolding we're sitting in, but that would be a lie. Jason Horn-Francis
We're hanging on for dear life here. I'm
really nervous at the moment.
The Sal Wesley's picked up to about 35 k's an hour, and we are hanging on for dear life. There's just a little bit of a sort of a crackle.
There's too many people on the scaffolding right now, and I'm really nervous, but it doesn't matter. Dan Houston has the ball, kicks inside 50, looking for Scully again, who presents, who has had a brilliant third quarter. This time he'll be kicking from the MG Bleshukara High Performance Centre, and he'll go back a little bit more further out than he was when he kicked his second goal of the game. So he's leaning right up against the Macron signage.
Look at the sideboard tent there in the background. I could do with a little sideboard after this.
We will do
call
that
tonight.
The Macron range available at the Port store too, is Tom Scully going for the drop punt this time, not around the body. And he has missed to the right, just a behind there.
What do you make of the goal umpire in shorts?
I think it's definitely a statement.
Certainly is. It is warm though.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fashion guy, but yeah. Your thoughts?
I'd stick to pants. So Josh Sin brings the ball back, carries the ball 20 metres and goes bang with that thumping left foot kick towards centre wing. Look at Wines, extracts the ball underground style. Lockie Jones picks it up well, but gives it up very quickly to Georgiadis. Fumble there by Butters. Horn-Francis, he's never far from the action. Jackson Mead's in there as well. Sort of not dumped to the ground, but, you know, put on the ground there by Mitch Georgiadis.
It was dumpish.
Well, he was protecting him. I think. So
Umpire says touch play on there. Lockie Jones bursts through. Horn Francis sells a dummy. Handballs, opens up Farrell on the left foot. This will go bang as well. This will go a long way. Scully, he's in the box seat. Well done though by Xavier Walsh. Picks up his own crumb. Now he's been beset upon. Umpire, give him a breather, son. And the umpire says, I'll have it. How's the forward tackling? That was spectacular there by the team in white.
The presenting from Tom Scully has been so impressive in this third term too. He's back in the action against Jordan Sweet, hoping to get a ruck tap out. The white team wanting to score another goal, the black team wanting to stop it. But the ferocious tackling inside 50 at the moment is something the supporters have come here to see. A Port Adelaide team that, no matter if it's a trial, an internal trial or against another AFL opponent, they want to see them bringing their A game, and they're certainly doing that tonight here at Alberton. Ball coming out of defence for the black team. Goes straight into the middle, but only as far as representative from the white.
Ferrari.
Go on, you know you want to make a Ferrari punt. I think you should.
Well, he's quick. He goes in short. Not a great kick there, but the ball spills free now to Jace Burgoyne. What I will say, we're having a bit of fun, but they are cracking in. There's no doubt about that, and it's really, really pleasing to see how hard at it both teams are. Mitch Georgiades, talking about pleasing, the great side it is to see him back wearing the Port Adelaide colours, even albeit in an internal trial. Sam Powell-Pepper plays on, kicks towards centre wing. Well done, Lockie Jones, the man with the flowing mullet. He takes it at centre wing and then sort of caresses the ball to the outer side. Cleary's got it. Long kick. He finds no number. No number kicks inside 50. Scully puts up the one arm. There's Sin again. I reckon he's had 16, 17 touches. Kicks it long towards a player a long way away, right in front of that MG High Performance Centre sign. And, geez, I like those boots, or those white boots. Very fashionable. Connor Rosie's got the ball, number one. That was Frankie Evans who had it previously, and Sam Powell-Pepper has it. So it's a slow build up here from the team in black to Butters. Over the top, the ball moving quickly, hands it off, punches it in long, inside 50. Yeah, let himself down with that kick, and Brandon Zirks-Thatcher takes a strong mark in front of Todd Marshall.
One of the things you mentioned earlier, Norts, was how impressive it was to see Mitch Georgiades. He's not even 12 months past doing his ACL, and the noticeable feature, he's not wearing any strapping, as you said. Like, that's brilliant. A good sign of recovery, and he's playing well today. So's the team in black, and they've got an opportunity to score now as Frankie Evan gets the ball in the direction of Riola, who goes off the ground. Georgiades is in the action here at the moment in the goal square, but they should be okay for now. Soldo falls over himself, and Sweet falls over Soldo. Houston ends up with it and says, let's slow it down a little bit here. Less than 4 minutes to go in this third quarter, as Dan Houston ends up kicking it to Soldo, who has picked himself up off the ground, back to Houston. So he's had a few touches over the past couple of minutes. Connor Rosie in the action there, wants to get the ball off the player in white. Josh Sin there too. We do have the team in white who have just kicked for goal there out of nowhere, and it's gone out on the full. Currently, the team in black 9-7-61 leading by 2 points.
Magnificent lights on here at Alberton Oval as we approach three-quarter time. If you just tuned in, some great highlights already in this game. It's a 4:28-minute quarter game. Mitch Georgiades has been resurgent in his recovery from a knee injury. Josh Sin playing well. Avance Soldo very impressive in ruck, and of course Butters and Rosie continue to do their thing. Tom Scully, he's been good too. Charges out. Look at this play. That's Evans. Gets the ball to Rosie. Rosie's got all the time in the world. It stops. You know, you don't want to put pressure. It's Pendlebury-like in the way that the play stopped around him then, and he just found space. Darcy Byrne-Jones chips the ball in short, finds another target up forward in the team in black, and that's Harper Montgomery. So, son of Brett Montgomery, Harper will drive the ball down centre wing. Lord trying to find position. Zirks-Thatcher says, I'll take it, and then Sweet comes over the top. Now they're away. Just got to find a handle here. Burgoyne does. Over to Jed McEntee. Doesn't hit a target. Well read, though, by Kane Farrell. Probably Jace Burgoyne could have done a little bit better then. And the ball held up by Willem Drew, half-back for the team in white in front of the Bowls Club. So Drew, we've established, definitely wearing the pink cap because of his AC joint shoulder injury. All a little bit of theatre earlier, Tommy, when we were sort of talking more fashion. We knew all along that shoulder just needed a bit of protection. Long towards a pack of players. Tommy A's in there.
Horn Francis is in there. Rosie's in there. In goes Jackson Mead like a man possessed. And he's held up there. Great tackle there. And another good contest as we approach three-quarter time.
Beautifully called, Norts. I'm looking forward to you saying Anastasopoulos as you fatigue in the last quarter too. So that is your challenge. I know you've been set a few tasks today. There's one of them. Soldo tries to sell a little bit of candy. Kicks it inside 50. On the lookout for Vicentini, but drops the mark. Less than a minute on the clock, so an opportunity for the white team to score, probably the only opportunity as the ball will be thrown in. So the siren will sound in 30 seconds with the team in black 9-7-61, leading the team in white 9-5-59. Todd Marshall, the leading goal kicker with 3 at the moment. Sam Powell-Pepper with 2. Preston Cockatoo-Collins, very impressive in that second quarter with 2 as well. Ball thrown in, Horn Francis goes in for it. Handful of seconds left, about 15 to go. Can the white team get a mark inside 50 on three-quarter time? They're up. Cleary's in the action. Travis Boak doesn't want anything to do with it, so he slows it down. The siren should sound in the hands of Ollie Wines, who looks for that relieving kick, and it's Miles Bergman who's beaten by the siren. He does, you know what, I'm still going to kick for goal anyway. If he stopped, he would have had time.
He's kicked it.
And it's hit the post. I mean, I feel that my senses are pretty accurate, and that was kicked after the siren sounded.
About 7 or 8 seconds after the siren. So, but geez, it was a magnificent kick, and what a kick he is when he's in full flight. Tell us about that. I mean, obviously the pre-season hasn't officially started, but having Daniel around is very exciting.
Oh, it's amazing. He's actually been around some of our, I guess, optional training sessions already, and he's around the club a lot, and I managed to catch up with him for coffee. So I'm so excited to pick his brains as another key defender, and he's going to add so much wealth and knowledge to our young group, and yeah, just the experience that he's got is probably really invaluable for us, and he's also just such a gentle, nice-hearted person. He's going to be really great for the girls.
Well, Janelle, we wish you all the best for this pre-season that you're still going through, and get your body right ahead of pre-season, and we look forward to a massive season 3 for Port Adelaide in the AFLW. This precinct here is going to come alive through September, October and November, so we wish you well, and thanks for joining us for some insights this afternoon.
No worries, thanks for having me, appreciate it.
Thanks, Janelle.
Thanks.
Janelle Cuthbertson, who is a star, one of the premier players in Port Adelaide's AFLW side, joining us, and we're very much looking forward to the season kicking off late August. We here before we know it, Walshy, late August, and hopefully the men's side will be building towards another finals campaign yet again, which will be very, very pleasing. Meanwhile, quarter 4 has got underway, and Walshy, take it away.
Couple of minutes in already, and a contest in the middle looking like a mark. Watching Mitch Georgiadis come off then, Norts, to start that last quarter, do you just be precautionary with him now, or do you still give him a run throughout that last quarter? What are you doing if you're Ken and the team?
Yeah, look, I imagine that it would be around, he's done the kilometres that he needs, he's had the time that he needs, everything is closely monitored, particularly in these games, around game time, GPS numbers, so I imagine he would have done enough, and they're very, very satisfied with his first real hit outs since that knee injury.
Poor kick from Rioli inside 50, and it ends up with Tom Cleary, and no one's going around him. He's just standing there thinking, all right, I'm going to have a look and see where that goes, and his kick is equally as poor. It goes to Zach Butters. So the players probably fatiguing a little bit now, which they are well within their rights. So first real hit out of part of the 2024 pre-season. Ollie Wines has an opportunity to roost it inside 50. He goes short looking for Powell-Pepper or Marshall, and Lockie Jones double fists it out. Probably not the best kick, so it's been a scrappy start to this last quarter with the team in black leading by 2 points at the moment. Having a look at some of those other matchups on the ground at the moment. Tom Cleary making his way back towards Jace Burgoyne. Ollie Wines is in there. Ryan Burton trying to hold on to Sam Powell-Pepper as the ball's thrown in. Darcy Byrne-Jones around it too. Soldo going in for the tap against Ollie Lord. Ball ends up in the hands of Connor Rosie. Ryan Burton. Jace Burgoyne gets it, relieving a bit of pressure for the team in black so they can go again. Butters tries to sell a bit of candy. Big kick inside 50. Who's there to take it? Great mark in defence there for the team in white. So they're holding steady. Willem Drew, we can identify him because he's wearing a pink hat. Has the relieving mark.
Indeed he is. He goes short to Houston. Houston, sun setting behind us in the west. Shadows lengthening across Alberton Oval. It's been a fantastic
start to the 2024 campaign. Houston a little undecided, then takes his full 10 metres, kicks long towards centre field. Sweet will make a contest, does well, brings the ball to ground. Horn Francis off the races, one bounce, he'll draw. Super Cooper, can he make it? Number 47, Nathaniel Cooper, can he hold it? Dribbles, and he's kicked at the young man from Croke Island. He's delighted, and rightly so. Wonderful play out of defence, Houston. Great contest by Jordan Sweet in the midfield, and Horn Francis gets it to young Nathaniel Cooper, number 47. A Magpies top-up player. He's with the Goodwood Saints Football Club as well, and that would be a great thrill for the young man.
Super Cooper, I like it. You like it as well, Norts.
Well, I love him. Nathaniel Cooper, the young man, he's got a great story. He was actually on the GWS top-up list a few years ago in the VFL competition. Really didn't enjoy Sydney life and then went back home, and now he's found a spot here at Alberton. So very, very exciting, and good luck to the young man. No question about that.
White team with the lead now. They've managed to drag that one back, so they now lead 10-5-65 to the black team 9-7-61. Mitch Georgiades still standing on the sideline, so we might see him in some action in this last quarter. He hasn't gone into the change rooms, just standing next to Chad Corns by the looks of it. We'll see what happens as the ball is bounced again in the middle. Soldo against Vicentini. It's Rosie. He looks like he got one in the back there, but the umpire says, no, it's okay. This is what happens when you're the captain of the team. Ollie Wines tries to run away with it. Ball thrown up. Wines, one hand, still manages to get a boot on it, heading towards McEntee. McEntee and Houston. Umpire says play on, so Burne-Jones runs in, tries to grab it out of the hands of Dan Houston. Dan Houston has a bit to say to the umpire. Wonder if he's complimenting their bouncing from the start of the day. They got better though, Norts.
They have. Great to see AFLW players here too. Sachi Simon, there's Emily Borg and also Julia Teakle as well, along with obviously Janelle Cuthbertson joined us. So just the one club feel is prominent here at Port Adelaide at the moment. So great to see both the AFLW players come together and come out and watch the males play. Big mark there by Ivan Soldo. He had an impressive start and is finishing well as well. Obviously the Richmond Premiership ruckman from 2019. Farrell goes long. Big wrestle there, and Zach Butters, probably the smallest man in the pack. What courage, ran back with a fly and took a nice grab there in front of Jordan Sweet, in front of the MG High Performance Centre. Kicks it to the man that just keeps going, the running man, the evergreen Travis Boak, shielding the sun from his eyes. He'll kick long inside 50 towards the forward pocket. Big pack of players. Soldo's arms go up. Down goes, I think, hard to pick up underneath that pack there, but there will certainly be a ball up. And that was Ollie Lord that went down in the forward pocket. So there'll be a ball up, not far from the goal square. The white team extracted. Look at the pace of Rosie. He just carries the ball magnificently, kicks it long. Cooper again will pitch in front of him. Cooper versus the player. He's just going to take that ball over the line, young Cooper, and there'll be a boundary throw in front of the Foss Williams stand here at Albert. A nice crowd, 3,000, a tremendous atmosphere. The team in white leading by 4 points, 7 minutes into the last quarter.
Proudly delivered by KFC tonight. We thank them for their support of the Port Adelaide Football Club. Ball thrown in. Soldo against Vicentini. Contest in the middle. Zach Butters holding back a little bit there, and I think that's a good sign of the internal trial where you're going against your teammates, but still free kick awarded to the team in white, and ends up with the skipper wearing that number 1, Connor Rosie. He sees Willem Drew, but he also has a look at Ryan Burton, who manages to get the ball. Sam Powell-Pepper guarding him. It ends up in Drew's direction. Travis Boak trying to spoil. He can't do that. So Drew going inside 50. Very nice movement there from the team. We'll have a shot at goal. Is that Lockie Jones over there?
It is. Lockie Jones will have a shot from about 45. And he's a thumping kick as well. Not a huge goal scorer, but has a chance certainly to hit the score sheet now.
Impressive start to the season. When it comes to his fitness, we just need him fully fit. So we like seeing him out here, even if it is an internal trial. Lockie Jones, he'll kick it from about 47. Doesn't look too bad. And just touched through for a behind from Lockie Jones, but it still increases that lead for the white team, 10-6-66 to 9-7-61. We're almost 8 minutes into this last quarter. It's been a really good contest, and you can see what the team's trying to do, and some of these positional changes as well, having immediate impact. Ball's cleared out in the direction. Tom Cleary running
courage.
back with the pack.
Gutsy.
Extremely courageous. McEntee ends up with it, kicking it forward. Georgiadis has an opportunity and moves around Lockie Jones. He is moving very cleanly at the moment. Ball goes inside 50. Black team has a mark and a shot on goal.
Looks like Jed Hagen.
It does. And hopefully, for their sake, a goal will put them back in front.
Can we have a scaffold update? We're going okay, aren't we? There's a few of us up here now, but the breeze has dropped. I'm feeling pretty comfortable.
Oh, I'm just not sure about the journey down, because you've been up here the whole time. So
I have.
Yeah, with that, some of the stuff may have been packed down. As Hagen going for goal. I don't know if he's made it. No, he's just gone left, but very important behind. For banter amongst the teammates, they want to win. Of course, it doesn't matter if it's an internal trial. They want to say...
They're competitive.
Exactly. There's probably a few coffee bets or something going on this one, doing it responsibly, of course. But
they crash into each other all pre-season. They want to chalk up a win. There's no doubt about that. Dylan Williams gets the ball fed to him by Connor Rosie. Left foot towards Cooper. The ball spills over the back. He draws him. Here comes Nathaniel Cooper again. Springs on the ball well. He gave that up a little bit too easily, the young man. Handball over the top. Team in black. Boone Jones look away. To Butters, I think that was in the sunlight. He goes short and finds Frankie Evans with those glistening white wheels. So Frankie, 48 metres out, probably right on his distance, in front of the Alan Scott Power headquarters over there. Some coaches and officials on the balcony. They've got a perfect view. Now Evans leans back from 48. Geez, he's kicked it pretty well. He's kicked that very well. It's a goal. Lovely kick. Well played by young Frankie Evans. And the black team hit the front. That's his first. He's on the goal sheet contributing to the Blacks. 10 goals, 8, 68. Leading the Whites 10-6, 66. 10 minutes into the final quarter.
Do we get into a little bit of preservation mode here now, Norts, where you want to finish off the game? But it's been, apart from Masava Radagalia, if you are just tuning in, had a minor knee soreness, so they're just being precautionary. Of course, a new recruit that they've got to take care of. So Josh Carr at halftime said he should be back next week, but you're at the point of the game now when players are fatigued. They want to make the right decisions because it's such a long pre-season with round one pretty close.
Yeah, indeed. But I think, the critical thing is to play the game out. Absolutely, from a fitness point of view, from a conditioning point of view. And I don't think none of these players will be going half-hearted for this last 17 minutes. They need to close this game out and close it out very, very quickly. Back in the centre, shadows lengthening across Alberton Oval.
Big Ivan's gone up forward, so he's being manned by Zirk Thatcher, the two new faces.
He has. Lord crumbs his own ball, kicks long inside 50. Bergman makes his way to the front. Oh, great grab. That's a magnificent mark. Brilliantly done by Sam Powell-Pepper. We've sung his praises all afternoon, and that's courageous. He's kicked two. Obviously into the leadership group, was announced just prior to Christmas, a 5-person leadership group, and he's had a wonderful couple of years and certainly been kicking very, very well today for goal as well. So he'll have a set shot. He'll probably kick just from beyond the paint. On the runway now, the black team leading by 2 points. He kicks towards the northern end just from 50 metres and he kicks it absolutely magnificently. Beautiful kick off the boot. Sam Powell-Pepper kicks his third. That's the 11th for the team in black. 11-8-74, leading the white team 10-6-66. And Walshy, one of the highlights of the day, that grab.
3 goals for Sam Powell-Pepper as well today. Nort's Todd Marshall been quiet this quarter. He's kicked 3. Cockatoo Collins was electric in the second. He's kicked 2. And a lot of individual goal kickers, but if we can continue getting that from Sam Powell-Pepper, we can have a very impressive start to 2024, and it's been a really impressive game. 11-8-74, the team in black, leading 10-6-66, the team in white. 12 and a half on the clock, so only about 16 minutes left. And then the beauty of this Noughts is that there's going to be kick on the ground here at Alberton at the end of the game after the fans hear from some of the players. So it's not often you get to walk onto the surface, especially in the pre-season when it's been done so immaculately. I mean, it's better walking on Alberton now than it is probably in the middle of July after a hailstorm. So this is wonderful, and it's a great way to spend your Friday night as the ball is bounced in the middle, play resuming. Team in black trying to get another goal so they can increase that lead at the moment, but it's going to be stopped for now because Jason Horne-Francis running out of the middle after that free kick on the right boot, going straight inside 50. Now, Noughts, we've got some more orange boots out here.
Yes, we do. I love a pair of orange boots.
They were Miles Bergman's boots at the moment. The player wearing number 40 is lining up for goal. Seems very confident too. So
I love confidence.
This to give him the 11th goal of the game for the team in white, and sprays it to the left. So again, important point.
Well, it is an important point because it just bridges that. It's not really important because it's still 7 points, but it could be important.
Every point's important.
It is. Sin had a wonderful afternoon. Kicks it long towards centre wing. Burne-Jones lurking at the back. The ball comes free to Bergman. Bergman somehow gets the ball sort of into space. Look at Mead. He's been in there everywhere. Contested possession number 6. Houston backing back with a flight. Sun's in his eyes. We'll give him that excuse there. Pau Pepper tries to pick up the football. Houston right on his tail. Too strong though, Sam Pau Pepper. Umpire's going to say you had enough time though, Sam. And a good tackle in the end. Wrapped up by Lockie Jones, and he will take the free kick right on centre back. So Sam just adjusts his boot. Oh, good mark there by Will Lorenz. He intercepted it well. Look at Pau Pepper. He's up again. Lockie Jones at it. Gives it back to Drew. Drew kicks towards centre wing, looking to find a target. Oh, running back with a fly of the ball. Sort of arms and legs, no number versus no number going on there. And the ball rolls out towards the GFG sign in the bathing sunshine.
I'm looking at Tom Wren, I'm looking at Cara who's with us. You've got excited at that point of the call where your legs have rocked the whole scaffolding. We need to survive the next 15 minutes because I started to freak out. I thought there was an earthquake in Alberton. That's your legs rocking the scaffolding. As play resumes, we are fatiguing, but okay, we're going to get through. Team in black looking to inject it inside 50. It has been a very long but successful week. Darcy Burne-Jones around the ball. Frankie Evans around the ball. Tom Cleary there too with Dylan Williams. So they're all on top of one another saying, you know what, please, someone throw the ball up so we can take a breath. The umpire runs in and says, I will do that. The more I look at the goal umpire wearing shorts now, Noughts, the more I think he looks out of place. No, you can't unsee it. It's a very awkward kind of setup, but that's okay. Horne-Francis tries to get his hands onto the ball. He does an outstanding job. This is happening right in front of us now, where Quinton Narkle manages to get the ball, wearing that number 42 at the moment. And the ball will be relieved by the black team, who currently lead 74-67. 16 minutes on the clock, so 12 minutes to go. Sam Pau Pepper's been outstanding. 3 goals. Miles Bergman wants to get the ball away from him. It will roll out of bounds right outside of the MG High Performance Centre.
7-point ball game. The Blacks leading the Whites. 16 minutes gone in this final quarter. The floodlights now taking over here at Alberton. And great to see, like I said, so many people here today, so many kids and families just enjoying a beautiful summer's afternoon. Footy is back. It is back. We mentioned earlier, membership up 3,500 on this time last year. If you want to get the games, best way, get your membership, contact the club, jump on the website or give the club a call. Exciting times ahead, there is no doubt about that. Crashing through is the black team to Mead. Mead goes wide. Lorenz, left foot, spinning, goal. Well done, young man. Good start for the young man today. That certainly hasn't looked out of place, and kicks a nice goal around the body from about 35 metres out. That's his first. 12-8-80 the team in black leading the team in white 10-7-67. 17 minutes gone this final quarter. This is our coverage delivered by KFC.
What about some of the new faces? We've spoken about Soldo and Sweet and Zirk Thatcher. Tom Anastasopoulos has kicked a goal this afternoon.
Yes, he has.
And we just see one from Will Lorenz then. They've been
Lockie Charleston too kicked one as well. Yep. Yeah, you mentioned him. Sorry, no need to snap. I was just
no snap.
I was just I was looking away at that particular point in time. I switched off when you said that. No, it's very impressive. The young group of players, they've all had a piece of the action. Ivan Soldo, Brandon Zirk Thatcher in defence has been really effective. Asaba had some early touches as well. Jordan Sweets kicked the goal. So everyone's had an involvement. You know, everyone's a winner today from that scenario. So just a reminder, everyone. Asaba went up a little bit before half time. Looks okay, nothing to be too concerned about, and should be playing against the Crows here at Alberton next week. And I tell you what, we cannot wait for that 5 o'clock start next week. Get here, Alberton Oval, Port versus the Crows in the following week against Fremantle. Jace Burgoyne breaks free. A wonderful night last night for the Burgoyne family, with his father Peter inducted in the Port Adelaide Football Club Hall of Fame. The white team now take it through Ryan Burton. Jones, handballs on the up, back to Jones, tries to track it towards the boundary line. Jace Burgoyne with him and takes it over. So there'll be a boundary throw in. Just under 10 minutes left in this game. It's the black team leading by 13 points, 80-67. Walshy, take it away.
Friday night football here at Alberton, proudly delivered by KFC. Ball is thrown in the eastern side, right outside that MG High Performance Centre. You can see the sunlight just bouncing off that MG logo, and we certainly love it. Jed McEntee loves it as well as he kicks inside 50, but just goes as far as Dylan Williams, who will take the relieving mark, and he has lots of options. The team in white trailing by 13 at the moment, so they need to get a hurry on. That siren will sound at the 28-minute mark, so he looks out, can only find Jace Burgoyne, who spoiled, and the ball goes out of bounds, basically where it was before. For those of you watching at home, thank you very much for tuning in today. To be able to do this is good, Norts, because it gives the people that can't make it to Alberton a really good insight into what's happening here.
Look, we have a bit of fun, but it is great to have footy back. It's great to have a lot of people listening. You know, you might be based overseas or certainly interstate and you can't get to Alberton today. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to our presenting partner in KFC. And what we have seen is Cooper is a little bit of fun and some great highlights as well. So, and the ball spills over the back there. Don't tell me that's my man Anastopoulos. Is he appealing for that? No, he's not. There'll be a boundary thrown. But no, we've seen some great signs from young players. Mitch Georgiadis has been probably the headline coming back. Ivan Soldo's contribution early, and just the class of Butters and Rosie and the Horn Francis and Wines around the football has just been. It's just been great to see.
You forgot a bit of an Asta out of the Anastasopoulos, but that's all right. We're fatiguing Tommy A. Ball thrown in. Willem Drew, who's been everywhere this afternoon, and not just because we noticed him wearing that hat, he's been brilliant. Tom Scully couldn't get his hands on it. Sun setting, beautiful Friday night with less than 8 minutes to go here at Alberton. Still the black team leading by 13 points at the moment. They want to increase that lead. Connor Rosie, haven't said his name much in this last quarter, but he's got the ball at the moment and will look to kick it back towards the western side. A few plovers on the ground now, so watch out for them because they swoop. They are crazy, so don't go near them because they could be a 19th player on the ground if they start swooping at you. And number 40, I'll be honest with you, Norts, I'm not sure who number 40 is.
It looks impressive.
It looks impressive.
Cooper! Super Cooper! Well. Look, I've watched Super Cooper play a bit. There's no way he's got the distance in him here. He's going to kick from 51 metres, but he's crafty. He'll find something. He's darting, he's thinking, what am I going to do here? He's not going to sell the pup, is he? He's not going to sell the pup, is he? Cooper goes long, deep into the forward line, and straight to Dante Vicentini. So that was sort of underwhelming in the end, a bit of an anticlimax, but hasn't he lit up the last quarter and a half?
Sorry to Cooper's family who are listening, that his performance was called underwhelming there, but that's fine. Now, someone's on the ground.
I think it's cramp.
Yes. Now, This is the big question, Norts. Do they bring out the pickle juice at this point? Do players have pickle juice?
Yes, and they don't like it. It's definitely, I like to think it's cramp.
Just trying to work out who that player is.
Yeah, so am I. Hopefully it is cramp. There's a trainer out there at the moment who's calling for some help. I'm just having a look through the glasses at the moment. It looks like it definitely is. The way they're stretching the leg, I can't pick up who that player is at the moment. So apologies to those at home, but I can just see now it's number 43. So it's a young man in Logan Evans, and he's just cramping up. So for a minute we thought it might have been something a little bit more serious, but they appear to be
putting a fair bit of work into him.
Probably just stretching. Tim O'Leary, chief physio, walking over towards the young man now. So look, we hope everything's all right for young Logan Evans. He's a young man from Norwood who's out training with Port Adelaide at the moment, so we do wish him well.
Ball goes inside 50. Darcy Byrne-Jones can only go as far. So it looks like Dylan Williams, and the ball ends up with the captain, Connor Rosie, who's had a fair bit of the ball over the past couple of moments, and he goes around 3 players. Butters trying to chase Rosie, and Cleary with the clearing kick looking to Narkle, but it only goes as far as Dante Vicentini, who switches the ball around. It lands in the hands of the new number 7 for Port Adelaide in Jace Burgoyne. Players everywhere. McEntee's there. Soldo's calling for the ball at the 50-metre line. And he's got Jordan Sweet making his way to him as well. Horn Francis also wanting to intercept. And it looks like Soldo's going to grab this one. Big, tall targets inside 50. Lord and Solo are there. And we'll have a ball up.
Meanwhile, Logan Evans is on his feet behind the southern goal, so he's been walked around. Definitely cramp. Felt like it was like a left hamstring cramp, and there is nothing worse. If you ever laying in bed and you get the cramp in your calf, and you're writhing in pain, it's a nasty feeling.
So I have an opportunity for goal. Zach Butters just misses. He went the check side off the right foot and just misses, but adds to the total for the black team, 12-9-81 to 10-7-67. Under 4 minutes to go. Beautiful kick from fullback Houston. Farrell should have a free kick or a marks paid anyway, and Narkle's got the ball. Can Narkle go all the way, and look at him put the afterburners on. Kicks for goal. Quentin Narkle.
Oh, unlucky.
Post.
Unlucky. That was a great piece of play, and certainly showed a clean set of hills. So the ball brought out of defence here. The Port Adelaide team in black, short, finding Jace Burgoyne. He's really trying to cement that spot on the wing here for Port Adelaide. He's wearing his dad's number 7 Guernsey and goes in short. So they're just sharing the ball around a little bit at the moment. Lorenz has got it for the team in black. Let's have a look at that time clock and check that score. 25 minutes gone. Team in black leading by 13 points, 81 to 68. Goes towards Houston and Wines. Wines in front. Houston steals the ball off him. Ball goes forward there by the team in white. Goes long. Is it a chance? Is it a chance? It's more than a chance. Goal. It's a goal. Well played. So nicely done by the team in white. And they say, well, we're not lying down just yet. 81 to 74. 12-9-81 the team in black. The team in white 11-8-74.
Good chase from Xavier Walsh though to try and spoil that.
It was. We do have an update on number 40, the man with the orange boots. So his name is Lachlan Pascoe, and he's from Golden Grove Football Club. Golden Grove, of course, I think they played in the Division 2 Grand Final in the Amateur League. Lost to... they might have won, actually, and I think now they're in Division 1.
He's a unit. He's
a big unit, so good on him. Coming out here as a potential Magpies contracted player, Lachlan Pascoe, number 40. Keep an eye on him in the last couple of minutes of play.
This is why you are the best in the business of statistics and research. Daniel Norton, media mogul. Ball is thrown up in the middle for what could be the last centre bounce of this internal trial, and ends up with Jason Horn-Francis. Sweet's there ready to get the ball, but he actually provides a
Pascoe! The big Lenny Pascoe, he came charging out.
We want to see him kick a goal because I'm worried as to what happens with the scaffolding. So if he's going to take a set shot, Nort, you're on your own. I'm going to carry Tom Wren down the stairs, and we are going to Titanic out of here.
Well, we've only got a minute or two to survive, and thankfully the wind has dropped, which is good. So the ball spills back to Butters with all the time in the world. He's a magnificent player, of course. AFLCA Coaches Association winner, 4th in the Brownlow medal last year, and best and fairest winner for the club. We're looking forward to him building on from 2024. In 2024. Boundary throw in. Not far away from full time here at Albany. It's been a great day. Ball spinning back into place. Sweet versus Vicentini. Sweet palms it down, winds, reads it better, kicks it long, thumps it towards centre wing. Zerk Thatcher escorts the ball over, and it's out in the fall. And Walshy, bring it home for us, big boy. Bring it home.
Well, the good news is Port Adelaide are going to get the win today no matter what, so we can celebrate going into this weekend. It's currently the team in black leading 81-74, inside 50. Time may beat them. They are looking for that final goal, but about 11 seconds to go. Very impressive from new faces here today, and it looks like class has been taken up a notch from the captain, Zach Butters, and brilliant to see Mitch Georgiadis back playing for Port Adelaide.
Oh, great mark.
Great mark on the siren.
What's happened here?
Now, is that Jordan Sweet who's taken that mark? I think it is.
Now, if he kicks it from outside 50, is that a 9-pointer?
Well,
in this
could
game?
be back here. It could be a Zupa goal.
Well, in all seriousness, it won't win them the game because it will be just a 6-pointer. It's a 7-point ball game, but it'd be great to see Jordan Sweet. That was a magnificent pack mark. If he kicks this, it caps off a strong afternoon. This will be his second.
Sweet goes in, almost kicks himself in the head. His reaches that far, but touched over the line, and that will bring us to an end of our first intra-club trial for 2024. There's the team in black, 12-9-81, defeating the team in white, 11-9-75. Norts, I need to speak on the other microphone, so you wrap us up, mate.
Thank you, Walshy. Thanks for your contribution today, and also thank you to Janelle Cuthbertson, who joined us during the quarter and half-time and three-quarter time breaks. As Walshy said, let's wrap things up here from Alberton Oval. The black team 12-9-81 defeating the white team 11-9-75. A very competitive game of football, really entertaining day. Great to see 2,500 to 3,000 people here at Alberton to soak up this atmosphere. And let's just have a look at those goal scorers. The highlight, probably one of the best on the ground, was Sam Powell-Pepper. He kicked 3. Todd Marshall also kicked 3. It's been a big week for Todd, of course, with his contract extension. Jace Burgoyne was very impressive on the wing. So was Josh Sin. Early in particular, racked up getting the football and was penetrating with his left boot. And single goal scorers to Jason Horne-Francis, Mitch Georgiadis. Great to see him back. One of the stories of the day as well, kicked a goal. Frankie Evans, Darcy Byrne-Jones and Jed McEntee, all goal scorers for the black team. And for the white team, the multiple goal scorer Tom Scully kicked 2, Preston Cockatoo Collins 2, and singles to Zach Butters, Jordan Sweet kicked one a little bit earlier, Lockie Charlson, Tom Anassopoulos kicked 1, Jackson Mead kicked 1, Will Lorenz kicked a nice snap late, and Super Cooper, Nathaniel Cooper, kicked a lovely goal late as well. Great to see the young man, who is a Magpies contractor player, contribute as well. Well, that just about does it for us here at Alberton Oval. Thanks to our presenting partner, delivered by KFC. It's been a really entertaining afternoon's game of football. Great to see so many people here at Alberton Oval. Thank you for your company. Don't forget, 2 big games coming up in the next fortnight here at Alberton. Next week, we take on the Crows here in a match sim, and then the following week it is the Amy pre-season game from 7:10, Port Adelaide against Fremantle. Thanks for your company and have a great weekend.